horizon, the charts are bold. DD bands rapping stories untold. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every trade hold never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red flashing voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. The pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight, push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red flashing voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, tracking the charts, midnight glory. Sanctuary in awe, it's blending, mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight, push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
What's up, friends? Howdy and good morning. Welcome to the stream. I'm your host, Matt, the Trading with Matt show. How y'all doing? All right, let me get some let me get my stuff typed up here. Okay. All right, what's up, guys? All right. Oh, that's, hold on, let me get this. I'm behind. There we go. All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to the stream, everybody. All right, let me do roll call. My bad. Get a little bit of a late start here. Woo. I missed the first half of everybody talking. Man, Mikey Thompson Mitts. I just take trades when the first hour market open. That's usually when I take the trades. I pretty much, some of my setups are long at the open. That's some of the setups, depending on everything works out. Anybody that's been following me for a while knows what my win rate is. I don't know if anybody answered it, but my win rate is 75% for the year. That is my win rate for the year in my Tradeify. I'll show you that whenever I get the stream going. You can't find similar levels on TradingView. No. This is not an indicator that works on a platform. TradingView is too weak to run our stuff. We had to write our own platform to hoist it. TradingView is weak. It can't do options analysis like this. Thank you for watching the stream. Excellent. All right, welcome to the stream. Red Candles, what's up, man? Hey, dude, we got to talk today after market if you want. Send me a text. I sent you my number. What's up? Shannon says, don't pay attention to this rant. He's a candy ass sometimes. Shannon knows me all too well. But the boot camp is the real deal. Yeah. I occasionally carry a white flag of justice into the prop space and the trading space. Unnecessary, I know. And sometimes I just have too much coffee and I have fun with it. But really, we're 99% serious around here. And everybody else, what's up, Farina, Rhineway, Degen, Trady, Deep Row, what's up, man? Cat Active Meow. It looks like it. I show up to the market and it looks like there's blood in the streets again. I didn't take any trades last night. I mean, I got into one with one account and just closed it out. It's basically flat. So I'm flat across the board. No, 20K, 10K, 5K, 0K, no red, nothing. It seemed weird. I decided to sit down. I sat out, chilled. I just start trading. Somebody says, when does Matt start trading? I start trading overnight. Yeah. So usually in the overnight, I also do some trades. That's the time you knuckleheads aren't bothering me. So I can actually hunker down and focus sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. Now, overnight, there's been really good opportunities. In a bull market, the overnight setups are really good. When it's a non-volatile bull market, overnight setups are nice and clean. That's why for the last 2 or 3 months, you've seen me show up to the market with profit. In bear markets or choppy markets, I don't really do a lot of trading. I'm very good at avoiding them, and I teach you how to avoid them in my bootcamp. Good morning, rest of everybody. Let me just load up chat so y'all can see. So, like today, the market sold off and was choppy and crappy, and I entered the playing field today with nothing. So I avoid it. But, you know, whenever the market is rolling up for the like last, you know, 6 months, every day in and out has just been such a beautiful trade setup. I mean, I haven't lost a trading day since the first week of September. So it's been 6 weeks of win streak. It's been crazy. My biggest win streak I've ever had on this stream was 3.5 months back in 2020. And we counted as the days went by, 73, 74. And that was in a single trading account that I was doing my $1 million challenge to take a $6,000 account to $1 million live on stream. After 9 months of doing that challenge, people that were here will remember it took $6,700 and grinded it out to $95,000 over the course of those 9 months. And then my partners and I had decided to build this trading platform called Rocket Scooter. So then instead of streaming on Zoom, we moved to YouTube. We moved to Zoom to finish out, you know, live streaming and stuff. Then I got busy 24/7 working on building this platform. But yeah, so a lot in bull markets, and again, at that time, there's a really solid bull market. Bull markets tend to have nice and clean, non-volatile overnights. They dip and then hit pivots really strong. If VIXs line up perfectly, you'll see me in bull markets often show up to the stream completely crushing the overnight. And when markets are crazy like this, you'll see me show up to the stream with zero. Right? It's not always that I'm out there doing that. So you have to realize that there's levels to this game and there's timing to when these things happen. You can attribute my large ass win streak in the last, me showing up to the stream with 20K profit already in the overnight is because of an easy to read, super clean, badass bull market that's been here since April. I mean, this has been the same fucking thing every night. The trades have been the same every night. We had two bear scares. One was that day. The other was that day. That's it. Well, actually, not that day. It was this day. Remember, I bought puts here and I bought puts here and I kept hedging and I kept longing and the market kept going. So it's just been the state of the market. Yes, sir. But that's why you'll usually see me show up with profit. Market's dead today. TV trades, yeah, traded before Asia session, got cooked. Just watch the market go your way in Asia session. It was crazy last night. I killed the BDH battle. Thank you. So that's not my first trading competition win, by the way. So all this last year alone, I actually won this massive trading competition, a month-long trading competition that Elite Trader Funding hosted, and there was 1,000 people that entered that thing. And I won first place in that. And then I competed in the Robbins Cup and I was top 5 in that after the first month. And then when I found out all the influencers dropped out, I had no desire to babysit a 10K account for, a year. So whatever. But I'll be competing in the upcoming Ninja Trader contest so I can win that or beat that or get placed on that or whatever. And we'll see how that works out, you guys. Welcome to the stream, friends. Get ready to go. Hit that like button. We'll do giveaways. Big giveaway extravaganza. I'm giving away 315 My Fun and Futures accounts this month alone on this stream, not their stream, this stream. I am giving away the $10,000 BDH prize to you guys. FYI. How old am I, Matt? How old do I look? It's my birthday month, so I'm gonna round down. It's not my birthday yet, but it's coming up. I am 43. Been trading for 15 years. I was a chemical engineer before that. Ro wants to make an angry. Oh, because Cat is active. But yeah, let's do all the math here really quick, guys. I've got my Thinkorswim up. I was just looking to see if Catalyst is active. Here's how you do this, right? You're going to go up to your chart. You're going to load up a tick chart overnight. Grab one. You're going to find that specific thing. We're going to double check that there's not a risk interval and broken from the anchor point, which is there. Non-overlapping candles. No retracement on the first consolidation. There's your answer. We're going to go down to, when is, oh, I was like, there it is. Okay. NASDAQ, for instance, we're going to start right here and we're going to mark up our chart. NASDAQ is 210.25. off of 25,018. So that's going to be 24.8. I say 210.25. So 24,808. Is it? Yeah, cat is absolutely active. Yeah. So chart gets marked up just so I can have that. We'll do the same thing on S&P. 52, 50. What's S&P today? I can't remember. Bum, bum, bum. Go down here at the chart. S&P. Oops, I can't see that. Let me put that up here. So S&P is going to be 58.50. That's right, 58.50. Yeah, cat is active, and you can see the moment the market pulse. We're at 58.50. So that's going to be what? Is that 67.12.76? Okay, so my 60 would be 52.76. That's 58.50. So 52.76 plus 150. So 54.25. Too early for mental math, but I got it. All right, that's the one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is there's gonna be key pivot levels. As you see, there's the pivoting, high volume pivot, etc. We'll check. You can see whenever you fall apart, the market starts to exhibit interesting behavior. When you hit that cat line, there's high volume. Oops, you can't see what I'm doing. When you hit this line, a catalyst is active, volume is high, spiking through it. You guys can see this 58.50 exactly when you go through that. You guys all see that. This is the beauty of our system and style. You can see the moment you pass through that exact distance, there's a huge volume spike there. And again, like I said, this is why you guys are here to learn the magic of the stock market. This is all magic. These are magic numbers. I bought them from a traveling salesman along with some beans. I threw the beans in the ground. A big beanstalk grew. I went up in the clouds, got kidnapped by a giant. He taught me the secrets of the stock market before he ground up my bones to make his bread. And there you go. When you pass through that risk interval, there's a volume spike. And every single time when the market's on the other side, a catalyst is active. When catalyst is active, you be used to sitting out or trading very, 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 and I mean very small. If there's anything I can tell you guys what to do, but when a cat is active, the market is going to be in a really weird spot. Okay, there's NASDAQ. Let's do S&P. Load up here. So you will see me trading on the stream, emulating anything I'm doing. Oh, y'all are on your own. Y'all shouldn't be copying me anyways. I normally would just be like, yeah, fuck today, I'm taking the day off. I might take some trades off a DD band, keep it light, keep it small. That's how we're gonna roll it here, baby. What I used to trade overnight are most indicators based on market open. Dean, not all of them. We have a real-time open interest model that runs overnight dynamic hedge pressures. I'm gonna draw this for you really quick. This is an overnight model. We posted in the Discord. It's being automated right now, but my head developer that's working on this had a death in the family. So he's been out for the last 3 days. So we haven't been able to wrap this project up. So it's this orange line there. And we have some blue ones too. Just look at the orange one because that's the gamma flip spot for the monthly. It's 24,938. What you'll see is there's another high volume pivot at exactly these levels as well. You'll see whenever you pass through this orange line, there's massive volume. You see right here. Everybody see this? Check, check. Y'all all see this, friends? My friends, y'all see this? That's the gamma flip spot. That's how good our indicators are. The minute you pass through hedge pressure, you get that whole gamma flip, negative to positive. And what the flip does is you get the largest change in delta hedging occurs right there. So the longest volume flow, biggest volume flow. So you break through monthly hedge pressure, another volume pivot. We provide these at 4:45 Eastern the night before. And when you break through monthly hedge, it is a devastating change in market dynamic. And here is that same level there overnight. Y'all see that? And the market just falls apart. It's called irrational. And when that happens, shit hits the fan. And the irrational, the gamma flip spot on S&P and NASDAQ both created the event we see right now. So everybody see this, right? This is how good our stuff is. It's predicting high volume spike at exactly a point in time from, a day in advance. So that's what we do here. We predict volume using options. Very, very much the champion experts of this field. We pioneered this. There's a million copycat softwares out there that are trying to attempt to build something similar, but nowhere even close to spot gammas and all this stuff. They're in the same ballpark, but they're T-ball and we're fucking Major League Baseball. So difference is that we can provide actionable pivots, and a lot of your gamma exposure stuff is decent for information, but it's like, we've advanced the field so quickly, and so far people are trying to scramble and figure out how we have a model that can predict where dealer positions are. To find delta hedging, dealer delta hedging is where that volume is, and that's the volume that flips the market around. As you can see, the moment you lose this, the market falls apart, and you can see that by evidence of a couple of things. Number one is the volatility goes through the roof. The size of the consolidating ranges are bigger and bigger and bigger, which means volatility is going up. And if volatility is going up, usually when irrational and catalyst is active, VVIX will be going up. That's going to be shown whenever we have the market open. We'll be able to show you guys that number. VVIX should be going way up, and it's going to be way above 100, which means the VIX itself is entirely sensitive to news. And you can see the moment in time VIX started going crazy, right? Let me show you, the VIX just kind of like flies through the handle right at exactly 2205. We can just walk right up to it, right at 2205. Don't let me be the first to show you that's exactly, and this is what hedge pressure does. Does everybody see on my chart right here? It's that same moment in time as this, okay? The moment you break through monthly hedge and volatility, or VIX, breakthrough hedge, volume goes up, the irrational market starts. This is when we tell you markets break apart. One of our bootcamp classes will cover irrational markets. How you know it's irrational? Does everybody here see the VIX started moving up at exactly that point? Do y'all see that? That's usually guaranteed when you're in an irrational market. VIX will go up. And you see how the VIX went up, but the VIX itself is choppier? Does everybody see that? The VIX itself is having bigger V's and bigger V's like this. Does everybody see this? The V's are getting bigger. So the V's on the VIX are getting bigger. This motherfucker is going to be like 120 when we open today. All right, you'll see that. So the cascading effect is, this is repeatable, and you can do this every single time, right? To learn what catalysts are and things like that. You take that one number from the platform and you measure that to find a catalyst. When catalyst is active, VVIX is guaranteed to be up. What typically happens when a cat is active is the market is going to move and accelerate its direction, or accelerate its volatility in whatever direction it's trading. Let me show you what that means. If I were to load up a 5-minute chart and I was to give, Tori Trades a call and say, yo, can you come out of your penthouse for a minute? Teach us something about trend lines. She'll go, yeah, sure. It sounds great. When the catalyst is active, you can get up here and you can draw your trend lines, right? And what happens is it doesn't really bounce on them. You can see, if I were to actually draw this with a different color, you can see this right here. You can see how you get these bounces, but yet it starts to like overshoot like that. This is very important when a catalyst is active. The moment a catalyst is active, you see a break of structure. The market, the volatility accelerates, meaning that the V's get bigger accelerating bigger. They're not just bigger, they get bigger and it curves at the bottom. It's speeding up. The lows are getting lower faster, right? So the reason we don't trade when there's a catalyst, because the volatility can accelerate like this. People are trying to draw trend lines. It's not going to be a nice straight line. You're going to get the market. This is like margin calls and squeezes. Each time you pierce that trend line, what ends up happening is you get a massive volume spike from just a liquidity sweep from that alone. Again, I teach this as a class. This is repeatable. And that's how, you know, I love coming here and teaching you guys, because we don't just make shit up. It's absolutely repeatable. When you break that trend line, that's why I think trend lines are a joke. But at least you can see when that structure is broken, you see that volume right there. And when that structure is broken, that volume right there. And when that structure is broken, that volume right there. It's textbook. I can write a textbook on the stock market. Like I said, ever since I was kidnapped, you know, by the giant when I bought the magic beans, I overheard him talking to his golden goose about how the stock market worked. And I came back and I wrote an algo. This is what he talked about. I am Jack's medulla oblongata. I am Jack's consciousness. I am Jack's fucking trend lines. Let's go. Y'all know Fight Club. If y'all knew I was quoting Fight Club partially, y'all would be happy. Anyways, but that's proof, right? So what happens is you get the market is trying to maintain some kind of orderly structure, and you're getting like just massive chaotic sweeps every time you pierce through that and curve down and faster, massive volume. This is why trading when a cat is active is dangerous. It's stuff like this, because you don't know which one of these will tilt the scale, and then when it finally explodes, how far does it go? Usually when you're starting to curve like that, now it has held itself up because of lower bands, DD bands. What happens is, normally in this kind of event, this can cause those cascade reactions where it fell like 600-700 points. And this is where people, you know, those lives get ruined, you know, that's the moment. So we tell you better safe than sorry. As a matter of fact, our handouts in the boot camp have a specific instruction for catalysts. And I probably need to update them. I need to put the words, if you trade during a catalyst, you're a fucking idiot. So trade very small, like with pennies, not dollars. Irrational meaning. Irrational means structure is broken. And we're talking like risk interval structure, right? The catalyst, risk interval, DD band, hedge pressure breaks, things like that. The things that the futures market is designed to keep a risk structure in check, right? This is all autopilot stuff on the Globex. We all reverse engineered CME's Globex and get all this information from it. And all these different systems they have for setting margin requirements, span, velocity logic, we exploit margin buffer limits, we exploit all of it. Irrational means structure is broken and you can assume markets are moving irrationally. Damn it, there's a typo there. Indicators will fail to lead what they track, so resilience not a leading indicator today. The index ETFs may move before the stocks, meaning that, you know, usually the ETFs track the stocks, but sometimes they'll be squeezing before the stocks. Don't trust resilience and DD ratio to provide leading indicator information, as they often do when irrational. As they often do. God, this is a jacked up spreadsheet. Don't trust these to provide leading indication as often as they do when irrational. Okay, never mind. That's just my fault. I read this wrong. Yeah, don't trust these to be a leading indicator right now. And strong pivots, which under ideal conditions that work 90% or more, we assume are closer to 60. Right? When irrational, all your 90s become like 60. It's coin flip. So because of that, the new rules are this. DD band, if you break the band, small trade, longs only, strong pivots only. MHP breakdown, which we don't have now, the MHP breakdown rule is not the overnight rule, even though that created overnight turbulence. The new read of MHP in the morning is going to be your determination of this one. And again, when you break it, strong pivots only, small trades. Strong pivots are ones that are 90% under ideal conditions. MHP itself, DD bands, bear zone, bull zone, things like that. This is VIX MHP break. So VIX is now irrational, then trade smaller in general. Catalyst active down, that's today. Sit out every single time, you fucking moron. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously though, this is going to be a really tough day that's going to move very quickly. Let me give you a hint. If you just touch the market today and you normally trade one mini, trade one micro, you will have the same amount of fun as you trade every other day. The market will move just as much with $1,000 up, $1,000 down with a couple of micros than it normally with a couple of minis. You only be putting 10K losses on the board in days like this. Keep it light, keep it small. If I tap it with like one mini or something, you better believe it's going to lose 2,000 bucks if I'm wrong. It's going to be chaotic when the market opens. So keep it light today. As we broke MHP, I didn't touch the market last night. As you see, I have the perfect market avoidance strategy. Market's collapsing and I didn't take a loss. Beautiful trade. I got in one trade, one account to long at MHP, and I decided to just pull out and not touch it. And that trade would have made a whole lot of money because when I longed it, I definitely longed it like on S&P. Literally here, like when it hit that, I longed right here and I just waited and I was like, I don't know, it's looking weird. Let me just close out. And it went way up there. I could have made, something, but I decided not to and I closed it out. So I didn't take much risk at all. Last irrational rule is going to be one risk interval VIX, which means sit out every time. Whichever one happens first usually triggers. These are the two automatic sit out. Now risk interval VIX is the same sort of situation. You're going to go to the VIX down here. Risk interval VIX is the worst of all catalysts, by the way. This is the heartbreaker here. 385 on VIX. I don't think we're anywhere close to it. It takes a lot to get VIX to go 3 points, but we're somewhere in the vicinity. 375 from the bottom. So down here, 375 is, hold on. 375, so plus 4 is 2267 minus a quarter is 442. So we're almost there. Or 42, sorry. Like that. Again, my mental math may be off. Check that. 3 1/4, so plus 4 minus a quarter. Wait, hold on. What's the low there? Let me double check this. I did the right low. Plus 4. So 2268 minus 25, 2243. Yeah, 2243. No, sorry. 22. The 3, hold on, wait, 3 1/4. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's 385, not 3 1/4. So minus 15. So plus 4 is, my bad. I had the wrong number. What was that again? 68 plus 4, 2268 minus 15, 2253. There you go. Wake up, man. You got mental math to do, bro. Okay, 2253. So we got a little bit to go on this one. Sup, y'all? So when this happens, you want to see further chaos. If VIX goes this far, the market's just going to completely fall apart. Now, speaking of all that doom and gloom, we are sitting pretty at the DD bands, which is an automatic strong pivot. One can take a trade on, one meaning myself, if I were feeling adventurous, which I'm not. I'm on a fucking 6-week win streak. I'm in no hurry to give any of it up. Whoa, I haven't checked my win rate in a while. With Tradeify, I really haven't looked at it in a while. Holy shit. I've been babysitting Tradeify since February of this year. I haven't even been paying attention. And people are like, Matt, you always seem to be winning. That's right. I didn't even realize my win rate was going up so much. I'm at 80%, 81% for the year. I honestly did not. I haven't looked. I thought it was like 70. When y'all asked me earlier and I said it was like 75 because I haven't looked at it in like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But I've been on a massive winning streak. I mean, I haven't lost in 6 weeks. So I'm at 81% now. That's my win rate for the year. These are my Tradeify accounts. So you get 200,000 buffer in those things. What's my risk to reward? Usually 1 to 1. Yeah. 1 1, 1.5 to 1. It depends on the trade. I don't choose risk to reward. The market does. I trade pivot to pivot. On the liquidity map, a lot of my trades are going to be 1 to 1 trades, just because that's what it is. But the fact is, if it happens 90% of the time, I'm going to take it every time, which is one of my good scalps. My win rate goes up because we've had a lot of bull market liquidity pocket trades. There was like days when I hit like 7 or 8 of them in a row. Some of the trades, that from pivot to pivot, the market determines the R&R. I don't. So I only determine my position size. It's a very different way. I know a lot of you guys trade and you'll decide, right? Like you learn some kind of ICT method or something. You're like, okay, I'm going to try to make, you know, 1.5 to 1 or 2 to 1 on this trade. You force an R&R. I don't. I trade all the way to the next pivot. It could be 4 to 1, 10 to 1, 1 to 1. It just depends. And so I adjust my position size based on what the market gives me. Each one of my high volume pivot techniques that I have, I trade from pivot to pivot. Yeah, so that's my yearly win rate, by the way. And again, I tell people I'm one of the few traders that you'll know that actually has an actual statistical edge in the market. I have a setup that works 90% of the time. And again, you know, it's all proof. You can watch me trade here. I won the BDH competition. I won the ETF competition. I got top 5 in the Robins before I dropped out and got bored with it. And then I sit here rocking 80% for the year. There's all the evidence in the world. You can see that I have something that works, right? I'm not selling you anything either. This stream is free, the best part. It's not like, oh, by the way, here's a sales pitch, buy my $10,000 mentorship. You know, there's none of that. The idea is that, I mean, you can buy Rocket Scoot if you want. I don't care. You could. But the point I'm saying is I like to trade live so people can see it. That is my win rate for the year, but it's been one hell of a year. There's people like, Matt always shows up with profit. What's going on? Where's the losses? I mean, you know, there haven't been many. Like, there really hasn't been many. So like I said, I'm on a 6-week win streak. I mean, it's been crazy. And the idea boils down to, I trade just off these high volume pivots, and you guys can see that as good as our calculations are, they provide high volume every single time. So, you know, I can tell you a lot about the market based on options, and I convert it to futures levels. It's that simple. And I just trade a volume pivots. I'm no wizard or anything. I can just predict where volume will be, and I'm never wrong about that. Rocket Scooter is extremely strong at that. So 24,808, CAT is active. Let's draw a pink line here. And I just basically trade from pivot to pivot. What the secret is to actually doing well with the high win rate. Now, high win rate doesn't necessarily imply profitability. So those of you who are out there, you're like, man, I don't have a high win rate. I'm never going to be good at this. High win rate is a very rare thing. If you have a high win rate, it means you do beat the market in some capacity. You have some kind of edge that works, right? But the majority of traders don't have that. It's rare to find something that works. And like, it works. Most of profitability comes from you working. Like your position management style is just on point. Your risk and rewards on point. Your stop loss philosophy, position sizing, all that's on point. Anybody with random trading strategy can do well with a random trading strategy with great position management. So we're going to make our catalyst active node just to remind ourselves. Oops. Why the hell does that change all the text? Oh my goodness. Oh, I guess you can't. Maybe you can. I don't know. Let's make these like little purple lines here. Oh, dude. So the backyard people are here today building my backyard. We got this huge backyard project we're doing. I'm going to be doing a turf, like a huge walkway, waterfalls, planters, a brand new like fence with lighting all around it. All like, it's gonna be dope. And we're building like fire pit, you know, it's gonna be this pretty sweet like little project. So we're doing that now. Okay, so right, catalyst is active, market's crazy. You're gonna be overshooting pivots just like you see right there. So 81.1% win rate for the, yeah, and that's for the year. That's from, I just screen capped the Tradeify dashboard. Yeah. Tell me I'm best friends with Pelosi. Oh God, she's the worst. Gideon. So I've been trading the same Tradeivate accounts since March. About to go. I had my meeting with them and I asked them, I was like, can I go live early? And they're like, oh yeah, let's talk to our live team and see. So they might move me to live early. I was like, I don't want to wait for the last $9,000 of payouts. Can y'all just push me to live now? So we'll see. Oh, and by the way, I can't tell you anything. But Tradeify has a big thing coming tomorrow. I'll promise you something. It's something you're all going to want to be part of. I can't tell you much about it, but I'm going to tell you one thing I can tell you about it. Only a handful of people are invited in this capacity to know about it. I would say probably only 10 people were given the heads up about this, and only about 10 people. Let me explain to you. Don't think about expensive. Think cheap. It's not going to be expensive, whatever it is. I can't tell you much about it, but let me hype you up about it. Tradeify is doing something very cool starting Wednesday. They're making the announcement Wednesday. What they're starting doesn't start for a little bit, but the announcement's coming out Wednesday. I'm pre-hyping the hype about it. With my meeting with the guys yesterday, I'm going to tell you there's only a handful of people that were selected. Clearly, we were selected to be part of this. It's going to be announced on Wednesday. Tell 10 of you guys. But what I'm saying is, this is going to be a very cool event that they're doing. A launch, an event, a thing, a whatever. Whatever it is. All right, and we're off. Dude, internet went down for some reason. Hold on. I don't know. The backyard people out there, I'm like, did they kick the internet or something? Like, they kicked the fiber cable? I don't know. Like, literally at exactly 9:30. Either that or I got some kind of troll hacker hacking my shit the moment the market opens. Please don't tell me I had to redraw my fucking drawings here. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Okay. Oi. And we're back. Okay. I could possibly take one long NASDAQ at DD band in one account if it holds. And I'm going to wait to see if it does not hold and sell off. Chilling right now. Cat is active. Do you guys remember the levels? Can somebody do me a favor and type the levels for me that I drew earlier? The cat act. Actually, I've got them. Never mind. They're in Thinkorswim. I got them. We'll worry about that later. I'll get it later, guys. I appreciate y'all. Okay. What the fuck is going on with my SPY here? All right, I could take one NASDAQ trade at DD band if it holds. The question is, does it hold? Let's give it a couple minutes to decide. Like, what is going on with my SPY here? Come on. All right. No trades yet at the open. So S&P, NASDAQ there. Oh, I'm not connected. That's why. Okay, reconnect. Reconnect. connection's not active. Yeah, the guys, I don't know, out there like kick the internet cable or something. Hold on, guys. Let me reset my stuff really quick. Hold on. Let me close it. Reopen it. That's so weird that like exactly at market open, right? My internet just goes kaputs. Okay. Let's try this one more time. So you can see how the market's open. It's nose diving down. I'm still connecting. That's so weird. Your DOM froze wide open. My whole internet like crapped on itself right at open. And like my shit's not even updating here. Well, it's Catalyst active anyways, so. All right. What on earth is going on here? So SPY is below MHP, below hedge pressure. Everything's irrational. Market's falling apart today. Good deal. No losses for me, nothing. Why are my zones not loading up? Is that just me or is that everyone else? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Y'all want to know the weirdest, kind of creepiest story? So I was playing like my rock playlist, which has in my Spotify, and Rooftop. So Lost Prophets came on. Y'all remember the band Lost Prophets? And I remember because the singer got arrested for being a pedophile, and I just Googled. I was like trying to remind myself of the story. I was like, what's going on? You know, because I haven't heard that song in a million years. And I was like, I wonder what's going on with that guy. If he's still in prison. He was killed in prison a couple days ago. Yeah, fucking weird. Like of all things, I go Google this. The guy was killed in prison. Like the universe, literally, like I was just curious. This whatever, like it's so weird when I look it up. It's like, yeah, he died yesterday, and I was like, yeah, I mean, good riddance, dude. The guy was a fucking animal. But anyways, you know, separating the artist from the music, the band was a great band. But still, though, it's so weird. It's like just literally Googled it. He was jumped by 2 people in prison and killed. Yeah, don't look it up. It's a tragic story about what he did. He's a kid pedo. Yeah. Anyways, I was like, isn't that so weird that like when you Google something and it's like that person died yesterday and you're like, wow, what are the odds, right? Of like, I just decided, I was like, oh yeah, I haven't heard anything about that band in a while. I actually was like, is the band still touring with the new singer? That's really what I was looking up. You know, the other singer was in prison for 40 years for his crimes. And I was like, okay, but did they get a new singer? You know, are they continuing to tour and stuff? And you know, in prison, they don't like pedos there. That's for sure. Yeah, right. Crazy. Oh, dude, he was sick. He was sick in the head. He the worst kind of stuff. Don't Google it. They get Jared, like Jared Leto. But in it, like the irony of that is like you get this like just sunken feeling in your stomach, like the universe is a real thing. Like, what are the odds that I Google something and then it's like that's what you see, right? Okay. By the way, yeah, I was like, whoa. Not butterfly, what's it called? Like deja vu. I was like, that's the weirdest thing. Okay, so this is the half gap between the up and down. This is where support can be. Do you guys see how the volatility is expanding like crazy? So 365 is a target level on the downside swing. Those of you that sent me a message about student discounts, I got to all of y'all. So you should be able to get your student discount to a Rocket Scooter. If you were in college or high school, we subsidize the platform $20 a month instead of the $200. All right, and 65.91. So these levels are going to be, what's this called? Half gap. Half gap is always high volume pivot. 365 and 591. 365, 591. 365, 591, 36. Wait a minute. 591 right here, and 365. Okay, so everything today, right? All the rules are there. Outside of DD band, let me show you guys what it says in the boot camp. There's absolutely no, again, this is just smart trading. You guys might be bored if I'm not going to do much. I'm going to do some trades to keep you all entertained, but I'm not going to be doing too much because I'm going to show you perfect risk management. I'm on a 6-week winning streak. I'm not going to lose now. Look, I'm up 38 bucks. So here, outside of these bands, structure is broken. Absolutely no shorting, even though the market's diving. I'm learning to sit out and wait. I can actually take long trades off of strong pivots only just to trade back to the band. Only 8% of days close below the band, and the volatility is going to be severe. The reason no shorting is because volatility is severe. It's very easy to short at the wrong freaking time and get squeezed 50, 60, 70 NASDAQ points in a second. Like if you chase in on a short here, the volatility is huge, and you can see it just jumped up 70 points in 2 minutes. Picking the wrong place to short from is a problem. Shorting off strong pivots only is what I do, but outside the DD bands, there is no shorting. We opened today with all bear setups, right? Bear, bear, bear. This is resistance off of orange, which I was fumbling today because I didn't have my stuff set up. But you can see easily right here, this is the setup, the resistance off of the orange line, and the perfect resistance off of the orange line would have been the beautiful short. I don't know if you guys took it. I didn't take it. My internet went out. Boo! But hey, what it is? What's up, y'all? Who's knife catching today? Yeah. You sent me something about the student discount. I haven't accepted the invite yet. An invite to what? An invite to chat? Oh, really? Message requests. Okay. I get like... Okay, I have message requests. Oh, I got like 5 of them. Okay, hey Matt, how you doing? I get like how you doing, so I don't have anything. Somebody says hello. Okay, I don't know if it's a scam or not. Blockchain, no. Oh. Jamal? Is that you? It's a friend invite? Oh, well, I don't accept friend requests. You send me a message with it and I decide if I accept or not. My bad on that. Yeah, I don't accept friend requests on Discord. I don't talk to people on Discord. I don't message on Discord. So you have to send me a message so I can see the authenticity. I get hundreds of spam things all day long. Jamal, that's you? Okay, I got you, man. I wrote you back. Cool, dude. I didn't see those in the message request. So send a message request instead of a friend invite. Friend invites, I've got 321 pending invites. I don't accept them. So unless we're chatting, I'll accept the message invite. But okay. So today, market's got where Catalyst is active. This is the half gap where this blue line is. Let me go ahead and change the template on this. So in reality, right, do you guys, what's kind of cool, and I'll tell you guys, it's the unsexiest thing in the world. Right now, you're going to go to Twitter and half your gurus are going to blow up and half your gurus are going to make money. And you know, who's winning today? Let me tell you who's winning today. We are. You know why? Because I have an active choice to avoid this crap. Is it cool, right, to see me just crush it every day with perfect control? In days like this, I somehow don't have a loss, right? So there's a whole method we teach you about seeing and reading the market, but market avoidance is one of the 3 pillars of my day trading strategy, right? Trend identification, position risk management, market avoidance. Market avoidance is key to any trading strategy. Spend as much time avoiding the market, a lot more time avoiding the market than you do doing the market. Doing the market, baby. Control is it, man. Control is where the millions are made. Just waiting. Now, when we hit that dashed white line, it's going to bounce. There's going to be a bounce there. Now, the question is, you know, it's catching knife if I'm wrong. I could engage in a long. Now, again, Catalyst is active. We don't trade. The rules are don't trade. I'm going to pop some micros just to have some fun with you guys. And then maybe keep it light. Again, there's no trading. My rules are no trading. Do you see how the volatility is expanding even rapidly? Toya right now had to go get a second mortgage on her condo. Those trend lines just blew her ass up. Just kidding. But seriously though, look, VVIX is at 120. Remember I told you guys before pre-market VVIX would be at 120? Remember when I said that? I said we don't see VVIX till market opens, so it's probably about 120. How did I know that? Because the VIX is starting to chop, and the choppiness of the VIX itself is VVIX. And VVIX above 120, or sorry, above 100, and VIX, where's that risk interval on VIX? VIX going up means the market is exponentially more sensitive. You see how it's curving even faster, faster, faster. When you break through this trend line, it just all goes to shit right now. So it might rush to fill the gap in a little bit. There is support at the halfway point, which is here. Now, the question just becomes, am I a knife catcher today or not? You can see that there is massive, massive. So this triggered something called velocity logic, you guys. I don't know if this is the full trigger, but you can see how there's just one giant order actually was all this was. A large giant order just cleared out all these tiers in one gulp. Look at this. Market just jumped down on a tick chart. It's not just straight trading. The market is finding a hard time. That wasn't logic. That wasn't far enough to trigger it, but it does look like that when it triggers. But yeah, look at these just like nosedives. The market is struggling to find ground. So remember, in all of this, we're just kind of chilling and waiting. Now, there will be a bounce on this halfway point right here in just a second. Now, the question is how much? And if I want to just take a small little trade, like a teeny little trade, like a teeny little trade, just a micro or two. And I can do that in like one account. I got to make like 500 bucks. Teeny little trade and teeny little bounce. Teeny little bounce. In 2 accounts. Okay, there's 600 bucks and there's 150 bucks. I got to make like 400 in this account. Teeny little trade. Stop loss is going to be the largest of 1 minute candle in the last hour, or 40 points, 10 points, Nasdaq, S&P respectively, 40 and 10. Teeny little trade. Teeny little trade. Put some micros on. But the other one, I slapped it with 1 E-mini. I just need to make 600 bucks to get a payout. That's it. We hit that with flying colors. This account. All right, I'll just trade this one because I need to work this one up. I'm not going to be hitting all my accounts today. I'll be trading them one at a time. We're going to be scalping all day long and have some fun with it with some micros, and watch me make 20K with micros. You guys are in for a treat. I'm going to grind it out all day, baby. What's the... Oh. That one. Right now, I'm just coasting to payout. That's all I need to do. Wait a minute. I just need to get my payout so I can go live with these guys. Okay. Market is going to be very crazy here. This is not the time to be a hero. Remember, keeping it light with micros. When Catalyst is active, I don't trade at all. So keeping it light with micros is keeping the risk in check. You see what I'm saying? I don't need to put a lot of risk on the table to make a lot of profit in days like this. You've been short the entire night session, not much sleep. Dude, I figured you would be up like trading this like crazy. I didn't do anything last night. I hung out with iDoc. We watched what did we watch? A movie. Oh, we watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I still haven't seen it. It's my first time to watch it. And then we played, what's that? We've been playing this game, It Takes Two on Switch. And then we just chilled. I was like, well, market's falling apart. Show me that. Show me that tiny P&L. Oh, it's small. All right. Okay, just double checking. I got everything here. All right, so trade back up to again with the S&P. I grabbed a proxy with NASDAQ. I was too lazy to type in MES. I needed to catch something, but NASDAQ 422. That's like 80 points already. Like that's $250 just with 2 micros, right? I don't have to do much to make much when there's micros. And again, minis would put money on the table there, but I'm just going to demonstrate solid trading today. Ignore the tiny P&L, but I'll whip it out for you guys. You want to take a look at it? Oh, wait. I didn't take the screenshot here. Let me update my little screenshot there. So, you want me to see my tiny P&L? I'm going to whip it out. Here it is. It's not about the size. It's about how you use it. Okay. That's what I tell myself. $800 with some micros. Well, one of them was a mini. So there you go. Smash the like button, guys. We'll be doing the massive 316 account giveaway with My Fund and Futures. I took the $10,000. They made a deal with me to buy 200 accounts and give me 100 more this month for extra work I'm doing for them. I now am officially the face of the company in the marketing sense, not like the head of the company. I'm the face, like the beautiful, I guess, I don't know, but I'm going to be in all their marketing videos. So they're making all kind of marketing commercials, videos, educational videos, whatever. So I'm going to be the person in all of their stuff. So I'm filming videos and commercials and stuff over the weekends. And I told them to pay me when they said, well, you know, what is your salary expectation for all the work as an actor? Not actor, but like, just kidding. But no, as a work, you know, building videos. And I'll be actually making content, most of it. It's going to be making content. Like, how does a prop account work? What is trailing drawdown? You know, how's My Fund and Futures better than this and that? You know, it's like just making videos, right? They're just hiring me to make the videos and be the person talking to them. They go, how much would you like to get paid? And I said, I don't want to get paid. I want to get paid in prop accounts to give away. So they're going to give me a big bundle of accounts to give away every month as my paycheck. So I'm giving that away to you guys too, right? Isn't that weird? I'm the only affiliate in the world working, and I don't even really need the money for it. You know, it's like, how many people out there are scrounging for the Lambo payments? And I'm like, I won 10K. I'm going to give it all away to the group. Oh, they're going to pay me 25K a month to make videos and shit or whatever. I was like, just give me a bunch of prop accounts and I'll give that away to the community. And they were like, oh, really? All right. How many do you want? And I was like, you know, so anyways, that they were excited getting free work out of it, I guess. But to me, I think it's been more beneficial to build community rather than just add another 10K, 20, whatever to my paycheck. I mean, I got to pay taxes on that and everything. You know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's just a few extra bucks. But for you guys, you know, 100 extra prop accounts will stretch a long way. If they give me like 100 pro accounts or something, or scale accounts giveaway. Dotted line is the half gap. Oh, my bad. Let me mark this. These are extra outside of the platform. I marked these. This is known as the half gap. So half gap is an important pivot whenever you have a big volatile event like we have going on right now. Half gap is a halfway point between Friday close and Monday open. Yeah, that's what that is. And it's always a high volume pivot. And the proof is here. You see why I drew that? I've been doing this for a while, so I'm teaching you all the tricks. And in chaotic markets, you're gonna have like, this is a longer term half gap. Let's actually make this a little bit better. Long term. This is not today's half gap. Longer term half gap. So when markets are volatile and crazy, you got to do the best of what you can do, right? There's always a high volume pivot. You see right here, even off of this pivot, S&P 93 to 23. There's 30 points in the S&P you just got. That's hella good, right? Irrational markets are going to be chaotic and crazy like this, which is why I only really need to tap it with micros. Now the rule is when catalyst is active, which is from way down there, there's no trading at all. We teach people kind of avoid the market and sit out. Because look, I mean, it's exciting and fun for those of you like gamblers or whatever. If you're serious about your trading day and you're like, I'm going to just like let Matt mentor me and I'm going to kind of like, follow his style. Matt's normal style, even though I'm on the stream and entertaining you knuckleheads, my normal style is absolutely to take a day like today off and just avoid the whole thing. I promise you that. I'll be making trades, but it's like, do as I say, do as I say, not as I do, like my dad would say. My dad would break the rules a lot, right? No, but seriously though, do as I say, not as I do, because it's not smart trading. Where the hell's my cat lines at? I swear I drew them. Oh, 808, there it is. Okay. In 654. Okay, that's up here. When catalyst is active, the market's going to be doing this kind of stuff. So these pink lines, catalyst is active, and we don't really do much here either. Now I'm going to entertain you guys with micro trades, but it's not really worth my time to like fight the market for 8-10 hours to finally make a profit when normally I can make my profit in, 20 minutes, 30 minutes per trade. And the idea is that I'm about to blow your minds to teach you how catalysts work. Okay. So here, put a text note on there. Set out below. So forget all liquidity map stuff. You can see that across the board, resistance, 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 resistance. Greater market is bearish. DD ratio is less than half. We plunged ourselves in the bear market territory fully. We are in bear market monthly maps. I didn't check, but we were there. Friday. I'm sure we're there today. Below MHP, DD ratio less than half. Monthly maps bearish. All three signs are bearish, which is why at the open, it was an immediate plunge, right? This is what a bear, quote unquote, this is a bear market now. This is day 3 of that. Yesterday popped in the bullish. Now we're back into bearish. And you can see how violent the market has been, right? No shorting below DD band, which is the rule from the handout. You guys learned that from the boot camp, and that's for good reason, right? Below DD band, it literally says no shorting. Shorting down here is for numbskulls. And now you learned why. See how we don't short down here? As I mentioned, you don't know how much you're going to get squeezed when that volatility is crazy. And again, no chasing longs in here either, because this shit could very easily and do the same stuff, right? This is a perfect example of control. I have perfect control when I trade. I don't take unnecessary risk when I need to. Irrational rules bugging. Make sure that you are connected. So if you open up this little guy right here, this little arrow, you see this? Make sure that you are actually connected with all of these lights. These are the 4 WebSocket connectors. And if they're green, you're good. If they're not green, or if this is not green, then you're not connected. If anything, close the platform, open it back up, and you should be good. Squish. Are you not connected? Yeah. Sometimes when markets get crazy, the data feed connections in certain platforms, including ours, just get unstable and you'll disconnect. Yeah. It's a crazy market, baby. Guys, do me a favor, smash the like button. So I'll be giving away 315 My Fund and Futures accounts this month alone. And the BDH Championship Celebration, the $10,000 prize I won from Pat, will be donated in full to this community of you fine folks in the form of My Fund and Futures accounts. What is CD? Something I teach. You guys want to learn some stuff today? Shall we turn this into an educational session? All right, let me explain something cool to you. I'm about to blow all of your minds, okay? Number 1, enter something called the risk interval, okay? The risk interval is my first market hack, if you may. And what it is, Let me go here. What it is an exploit of margin requirements. Now, margin requirements are something that the CME group calculates based on distributed risk in the market. Our platform knows that calculation. We've reverse engineered their calculation that sets margin requirements. It's a program called SPAN. Firms report their positions. CME group says, here's the margin requirement. It's how much money you got to put in to make the trade. All right. So we take that margin requirement, we reverse engineer this number right here. This risk interval is the most important number in futures. It's a fucking hack. It's so great. 5850 is the number in S&P right now, and it updates every single day, and it works for every futures contract. I've drawn a box of size 5850. That's just a distance. And you'll notice something particularly weird about where the market runs and spans looking for buyers and sellers when it's volatile. You might see something pretty impressive about like that last consolidating range in Asia session, and where we bottomed out here was exactly 5850. You can see this particular run, low to high, exactly 5850. This particular one, 5850. What's going on here, right? And I'm going to do this until you guys all type in chat you're convinced there's something here. Let me know that you're convinced there's something here. It's just some kind of distance that the market, when it's moving, that's a different one, is like moving a certain distance. It's not ATR. No. It's better than ATR. It's exact, right? You're going to see this distance all over the place. It's based on margin requirements. It's not based on candles. It's based on margin requirements. You'll see this sort of like distance not really broken when the market's looking for buyers and sellers. Even here, big chaotic day, you can see that that's the distance, right? And it updates all the time. And this day, there's the distance. There's something weird going on there. Let me know when you're convinced. I'll show you like 500 more examples, but I can keep going, right? There's something interesting going on there. And just to double check, that's S&P's number. And let me show you NASDAQ as well. Let me show you what it is we're actually exploiting, because it's really cool. I invented this in 2016. It's a key part of my trading strategy. NASDAQ's number is here. And remember, we wrote a bot that scrapes the CME website every night for their updates. We rip this data from their website, and then we run it into an algo, and then the algo crunches the numbers, and then the platform updates once a night, and this table updates every night. All this data updates every night. Between market close and open. So at 5:45, it should get an update. Okay. NASDAQ, and it works for any futures contract, is 210.25. And you can go to NASDAQ and do the same thing. I promise you, I've done this in the boot camp. This is 210.25 on NASDAQ. And it's no surprise that that's about how far it fell. Now, in my head, I know that the market spans for buyers and sellers across that distance, because that's what we told them to do. What do you mean we told them to do? Well, let me explain. Remember, I have some things that are really cool in the market. Now, again, this is that distance. And you can take this distance and you can kind of draw like these high to low runs left and right all day long in NASDAQ. And it's the same thing, the same story. Like it looks like it just runs, there's equilibrium there, equilibrium there. Sometimes it's high to low exact pivot like there. It's just pretty neat how the market tends to like operate inside of that boundary when it needs to make big moves. There's something going on that kind of keeps the market buffered on those edges from making very substantially large moves that breach through that distance. All right, now with NASDAQ, are you convinced there's something there? Remember, this is a number we calculate from a margin requirement. This is one of 15 things I created at Rocket Scooter. I made this in 2016, okay? What happens on the edges of this range is the market has this buffered liquidity injected by market makers and dealers to prevent the market from collapsing. If you break through this structure, markets tend to get pretty chaotic. Like the moment you move more than one risk interval of distance on a single move, the volume goes absolutely absurd. Like you can see right here from high to low from market open. Here's where the market opened. The moment you break a risk interval, it's massive. Just even a tick, is a huge volume spike. You see all this additional volume here, just breaching that distance just by a couple of points, right? Huge volume here. There's some kind of interesting structure that's provided along that distance. It sort of like guides the market. In reality, what it is, it's a distance that the futures market deviates from the underlying spot that it's tracking. Let me explain what those words mean. See, in the futures market, they don't just like trade on its own. You know, futures market is a thing. NASDAQ futures is tracking NDX, which is an index, right? NDX is hard equal to the sum of the stocks, right? The 100 companies in the NASDAQ 100, right? So you add up all the stocks values, weigh it out correctly, and you get the NDX. And NASDAQ is going to track it, but it also can trade on its own. See, I can go out there and buy 1 million stocks and the stocks go up, and NDX will also go up exactly the correct amount. But if somebody's also selling and shorting NASDAQ futures, it will go down. And so it creates an opportunity between the two called arbitrage. One goes up and one goes down. And this one is sort of like tracking that one, right? This is the stocks, this is NQ futures. And there's like basically like a spring that connects the two of them. And the spring kind of like stretch a little bit, but after a certain distance, you start to feel pressure trying to collapse it towards each other. There's an algorithm that sort of like brings the two together. And if not, natural trading via arbitrage will bring the two together. But there is some implied force on the edges because market makers are noticing that arbitrage and applying pressure to bring it together. This risk interval change every single day. We run the algo to change it. It double checks. CME publication comes out every afternoon, every day. So we run our calculation every day. We update it for everything, oil, gold, you name it. So far so good. You don't use resilience when irrationals act. You throw it out completely. When a catalyst is active, you got to throw resilience out, throw DD ratio out, throw everything out, okay? Everything goes out. It's part of the rules from the boot camp. We don't use any of our tracking indicators. I'm about to tell you why. Does everyone understand the spring theory? Does this make sense so far? Like NASDAQ can be traded on its own, right? It's a correlation. Arbitrage is the force that pushes them back together. There's two things that happen with NASDAQ futures, tracking and trading. There's a tracking algorithm where the NASDAQ futures market makers are pricing the bid and ask appropriately to match what the NDX is, right? Futures are trying to match what they're tracking, but more importantly, they're matching the supply and demand of NASDAQ futures itself. So if people are selling NASDAQ futures and NASDAQ futures wants to be priced higher because stocks are going up, but people are selling, it will price lower first until that selling is done, and then it'll pull its way back up via arbitrage, right? Arbitrage is the discrepancy between between a certain asset class and two different markets. Now, again, that can apply with NASDAQ futures tracking the stocks, okay? It's correlated to follow the stocks, which we call tracking, but it's also trading on its own. When there's an opportunity, when one goes up and one goes down, there's arbitrage. There's arbitrage trading pressure that tries to compress that spring. The distance that spring travels before it snaps is that number that I showed you in that chart. There is fighting pressure to understand that arbitrage wins most of the time. And if stocks were to deviate from the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ was one risk interval off of the NDX, like it stretches that far away from what it's supposed to do, the spring breaks and pandemonium exists. The tracking algorithm completely breaks. That arbitrage sort of trading pressure that's pushing against the two, it's overwhelmed by the abnormal amount of sellers and buyers, and therefore everything starts doing this. Nothing can catch up to each other. In engineering, we called it a divergent system. Like, the best way to understand a convergent system is like an airplane is like flying through the sky. Right? This is an airplane, I promise. There's wings and whatever. Fuck you guys. It's an airplane. And it's flying this way. and it's going, I'm looking down on the airplane from the top, and then a wind blows the airplane and it sort of steers to the left or to the right a little bit. And then, you know, the flaps all adjust and the autopilot kicks in and the airplane sort of like steers back on course like this. Nothing goes like that and then comes back and goes straight. There's no such thing as a perfect system. A feedback loop always has harmonic oscillation that gets on point. You steer back on course. And then as long as you have a convergent system, you get back on course. A divergent system is like you and your car. Look, this is a car. Fuck you, I promise. And a car is driving on an icy road and you start to hydroplane and you start slipping. And then you turn this way. And then you turn this way, and then you turn this way, and you hit the bank on the edge, right? And that's called a divergent system, right? PID loop. Somebody, yeah, Adventure knows this, right? It's a PID controller, right? The entire stock market is a PID controller. You engineers are going to get slight chubs and excited off of this, but the feedback loop that comes from something tracking something else, receiving feedback from its value, making step changes to adjust is, believe it or not, the same feedback loop that sets the temperature in your house is the same feedback loop that allows NASDAQ futures to track the spot index that it's tracking. It's receiving feedback from its value, trying to adjust to that value, but then it's being hit with step changes by its own trading on top, or inputs of its own trading, plus the step changes it's trying to make to track the underlying, right? A divergent system is when you smash your car into the side of the freeway. So when this moves in a straight run to a risk interval, there is implied like arbitrage type trading that's implying that structure won't break. There are people pushing back that distance of margin requirement. How's that margin requirement calculated? Well, this is a really cool thing. This is the risk interval. This is from my bootcamp, by the way. Every single day, big institutions report their positions to the exchange. They do. So a position is like, you know, hey, I've got 40,000 short NASDAQ contracts from here. Oh, I got 20,000 long here. Well, I got 30,000 short there. Well, I got 40,000 long there. And everybody reports their position, and it makes like this sort of like, here's everyone's position. And the exchange looks at all of that and goes, oh, okay, let's run this through a bunch of scenarios. And then, let's run this through a bunch of scenarios and come up with some output. If the market were to just move this far, well, then this many people got squeezed. And the overall net sum of everybody's performance is X. Okay, what if the market were to move that far? Well, the net sum of everybody's performance was like 2X. Well, that's even worse. And so they test all these scenarios of markets moving all kind of directions and see what the net sum of the market falling apart would be. They're called span risk scenarios. This is what they do. And again, I read all the patents, figure out how this stuff works. Essentially, they monitor everyone's positions and find out how far the market can move before fucking chaos hits. Well, if the market moves 33%, then we squeeze 90% of the shorts. Okay, that's devastating. So because we don't want to allow that to happen, let's raise the margin requirement of the contract. Let's make it twice as expensive, because more and more people are going to be trading, or more and more people could be stopping, and we don't want to press into that because it's so close. Let's make it more expensive to trade because we want to have fewer traders, or we want to promote liquidity. Let's make it less expensive to trade, and let's bring more traders to the ball game. If the contract is $5,000 and you have 20, you can buy 4. But they set the margin requirement to 20, you can have 1. So there's fewer pressure or less pressure applied to the market, the more expensive the thing is. So you'll start to notice there's a correlation between margin requirements and the range. If the margin requirement goes up, the range is up. Where everybody's risk is scattered a little farther, which implies more volatility, right? Distance between buyers and sellers is more volatile. And so higher volatility makes a lot of sense to make it more expensive to trade. We don't want everybody bombarding these flimsy edges with 10, 20, 30 contracts of margin call. Let's go ahead and triple the margin requirement. That way they're only trading 5. That way when people are dumping their shit because of a chaotic market, we don't have to catch as much. Ah, perfect. So the margin requirement is a throttle that's correlating with the range. Bigger the range, bigger the margin requirement. That's it. And what I noticed back in the day as an oil trader was that, like, you know, those 9:30 oil reports, we'd be chilling, right? And then the oil report comes out, and all of a sudden, here we go, like a fixed distance. before it did whatever else it would do. And the next day it would go like this. And then the next day it would go like this. And I was like, man, that's like the same distance every time. Those of you that went through like process control in your engineering class, we're a bunch of nerds here, I know, y'all, that's why you're here. You would immediately recognize this as a step change. You see the market doing this, and then you see the market doing this, and you see it doing this. Everybody that has gone through sophomore engineering, I don't care what class you went to or what degree you have, you're going to recognize this as a step change. Your brain immediately sees the stock market and go, oh, that's like a feedback loop. That's crazy. And I saw it too. Anyways, the market is moving in those increments to find liquidity. That's where we told them our positions were, after all, reportables. Liquidity is between here and here. Well, anytime the market needs to quickly determine where are buyers and sellers, well, the algorithms have some pretty important data. Well, the buyers and sellers are like 58 points apart on average, where that arbitrage pressure is to keep things in check. So if the market needs to suddenly dive because stocks are selling, futures need to get ahead of that. So let's take a guess as to where futures need to be. All right, let's lower the price that distance, the same distance where people told us they were. Why is 58.50 important? Because we told them we're 58.50 apart. So the market needs to find buyers. It'll jump to 58.50. Oh yeah, we're getting close. 66.50, isn't it? 66.54. But anyways, that's what we're exploiting here. What was the number? Is it 54? Where the hell? Where did it go? Damn it. Thanks, my broski. All right, 54. Thank you, y'all. So does that make sense, everybody? The idea that the market is moving in incremental step changes is something you never thought you would be doing. So that's the real structure of the market. Forget anybody else talks about shapes and patterns and colors. This we ripped apart the video poker machine you're playing, and this is the autopilot system underneath it. All right. So this is the tracking algorithm of the futures. It's designed to track the underlying. And if stocks move, usually futures won't ever deviate that distance. It's going to kind of stay driving that course. Imagine if the futures do move more than that distance before liquidity is found, you're going to wreck the car into the side. And that's kind of the problem. And so you'll see whenever you get to that distance, that exact distance, there's just mysterious volume that shows up. It's kind of like the auto steering on a plane. It's trying to get the market in check, because the market falls too far too fast. You can create a scenario where everybody gets squeezed and then a circuit breaker happens. And as much as you'd like to think that the market makers want to squeeze everybody out to zero, I'll tell you, the casino never wants the power to go out. They make money every second it's open. If the casino is down for 10 minutes, they're going to lose millions of dollars in revenue. They don't want that to happen. So circuit breaker is the last thing in everybody's mind. These control systems are designed to throttle and slow down market movement to allow market makers to mobilize liquidity and inject it to the market. Like, give people a second to react. Like, hey, market's crashing. Anybody out there want to grab it? Oh, JP Morgan, we got it. Yeah, we're on it. Our traders are on it. You know what I mean? You can't just have the market in free fall. There are some kind of magical sort of control systems to sort of steer it in the middle of its movement, right? And I tell you, when people used to say, you know, I think when they say my ICT was the myth is that he was, you know, kidnapped by market makers or whatever. I love that tale. It's such a fun story. We don't usually get like Paul Bunyan kind of tales in trading, right? Whether you believe it or not, doesn't matter. But this is the real structure of the market. This is really how the market works. This is the actual hidden structure of the market. It's not even hidden. CME Group published papers on this stuff. It's not even a fucking myth. It's like, by the way, here's a paper, and it takes a nerdy ass engineer and mathematician like myself just to read it and be like, whoa, there's something here. Let's have some fun. Anyways, that's what we do. So you asked what the green bands are. Well, there's another phenomenon that we noticed. So essentially, anytime the stock market is not moving, futures can deviate a risk interval. So I had this brilliant idea that what about the overnight when the stock market is closed? When futures market is closing here, if I subtract that same distance up or down, We just did it and we're like, what happens? Like, what if the futures market deviates that same weird distance overnight? Is there magic buffering volume at exactly one risk interval from the close? Enter these green lines. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'll be right back. Pretty cool, right? Pickle's downstairs. We had to lock him up because the workers are here. So does everybody see this, right? At this exact point, there's volume 2. So again, the stock market's closed and you see buffering volume at exactly that distance from yesterday's close as well. Remember, we've been like, okay, where else can we utilize this kind of stuff? So enter these bands, right? They're called, we call them doomsday bands, but that's just a goofy code word. It's really a risk interval band off the close. So futures market is closed and you see as you press through it, not only do you get volume spikes when you press through it and unusual volume, but the market tends to absolutely break when you press through that as well. So anytime you crush through these bands, market absolutely shits on itself. It's called irrational. You can see right here when we watch the volume on my screen. Watch, ready? Watching you break through it. See how crazy that volume got? At 5 o'clock in the morning, look at the volume just spiking like crazy. You can almost see the market. Like if I were to scroll through it like it's a freaking cartoon, watch the volume animated. Watch to the side. You can almost just see the chaos. You see how chaotic that was just on that structure break. So the idea is we can find predictable volume pivots, and we do a million clever ways to do it. That's what Rock Scooter is. That's what makes this stuff different. And of course, when you break through it to the other side, you see how on the other side of it, that buffer volume kicks in on the edge one more time. It's a beautiful, neat little thing. Yes. So we actually have found the structure of the market. Forget all your course and candle salesmen out there. This is math, and this is actually. So here's the cat active line right there. We are busting back into like a bull run here. That's hella cool. Man, I should be ready to long this stuff. If we break through bear zone to bull zone to bear zone, there's all kind of juicy trades here. Now let me double check what everything's doing. Let me load my resiliences up. This might turn into a trading day after all. Hell yeah. So you guys are asking like, how's this guy trade? Like what's his style? How does he win contests? Y'all could probably tell I don't do something anyone else does, right? When I say I have an edge, I have 100% predictable volume pivots. 100%. It's never wrong. When you touch these levels, there's volume, which is great. Now, market direction is different. Nobody can predict the stock market. Direction, candles, none of that. But at least I know there's volume at certain areas. So at least I know when I'm trading, I can make decisions at only the places that matter, which is key to my trading strategy. Let me tell you something cool about these green bands I mentioned earlier. They are so strong, in fact, that only 8% of days break to the downside and 4% of days break to the upside. 88% of days in our last back test do not break the band. As a matter of fact, many of the days just hit the band and bounce off of it. It's a beautiful, high probable pivot. When I tell you some of my stuff works 90% of the time, this back test, it just basically in plain English says market structure doesn't break that often, which makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of players and it's not really that common for this to happen. Now, NASDAQ is still in that state of below this band. And clearly NASDAQ is sort of like on the edge of breaking. So we'll see what happens when it gets there. But when we touch 994, it's going to get crazy again. And this is blowing my mind on how good this market's turning out today. Hell, this might turn into a trading day after all. Although I'm still a little hesitant. But we might get some good eats out of this one. Now, if you were a bear, you're shorting this catalyst line right here. Betting that the bear market's still there. If you are a bear, you want basically all this cluster of support to break. That's the break point. This is the bull side today, and this is the bear side today. It's essentially this cluster. NASDAQ pretty much in the same spot here. Bull break is here. Bear resistance is there. Any tariff news today? Nothing like substantial. Will this be in the platform eventually? This is all in the platform eventually, by the way. This is all automated in the platform. All of this is. It's even at the degree now where we automatically draw the data on, or all the stuff on here, and we use the confluence to tell you, is it support or resistance? So we've evolved pretty significantly since, you know, we built the platform. This will now tell me, oh, well, that's probably expected to reject. It's kind of flip-flopping though, because the CD ratio is greater than half. So it's like right on the edge. Support now. So it's flipping. Market's turning surprisingly bullish-ish today. We've gotten 2 of our bull market signals back, which is really nice and clean. Now, that leads us to the rule of no shorting below the green, right? It says that on the handout, and this is why. Only 8% of days crash to and go below. So now, if you're a bear, you want this to reject from there. Bears, this is your only trade today. Other than that, market's nice and bullish. So this is the key line today for bears. The catalyst to be active, bears will be shorting that. Not that I do want to short that, because I don't think it's a good short. I could demonstrate a small short, just a detail, but you can say like 55 all the way down to test support. The 31 is a 24-point dip just to test all this bull support. You better believe after all this selling, the market's probably going to want to test some support. I'm still going to keep it light today. Remember, I don't have to do anything. As much as I make trading in life, when you get to a level where you don't need the money when you trade is when you're at peak performance. It doesn't inspire you to force anything. You wait for your setups, man. I'm gonna tell you something. You guys are trying to pass evals and get funded and stuff. It might seem like you're wasting time when the market looks weird and you're sitting out. I promise you're not. The thing that's wasting time is attacking the market every day and blowing up, starting over, blowing up, starting over. That's a waste of time. Waiting and attacking like a sniper is what you want to do. And again, I tell you guys, what I'm teaching you here is free on the YouTube. I'll be here every day. I'll teach you some lessons. There's nobody on YouTube that's got a finer grasp of the market than this community. I'm not even going to toot my own horn. This community is where all the smart, talented, successful traders end up, because it's a like-minded area for them to kind of thrive. And you should see our Discord. It's not a bunch of shitheads. It's like research scientists. Here's the data, here's the back test, here's this. It's a very, that's where the magic happens. You guys, the community is very cool. I sit back and let the community lead the Discord. I barely even participate in it. I just sit back and watch how much cool stuff you guys throw together. So what's the setup I'm waiting for on the S&P? I'm kind of waiting for things to stabilize here. The only setup that I can really take that really makes sense is if we break into bear zone, bull zone is trade number 1. If it breaks through here and supports here, then there to there is trade number 2. We call this the Arby's trade or the sandwich trade. It's a nickname for that. Zone combination trade is very important. It's some of the strongest pivots we do have. So I'm waiting for all of this to kind of chill out and wait. Once we're out of catalyst territory, which is really good, this is nice. I'll attack it from there to there. Now again, I don't chase into green until I get a liquidity pocket is very stable. This is also very stable on NASDAQ. Question is, could I try to take something here? Oh, my Tradeabait's all frozen. It's looking pretty solid, y'all. Did anybody wake up today and try to short this or short it on the way down? Or did anybody wake up today and wait for a dip to buy? What'd y'all do? Is Gamma crushing it? Gamma always crushing it, man. I know Gamma was short until this morning, probably closed out right at the top. So remember, no shorting below green. See how crazy this was? S&P is up 70 points. Nuts. Now, again, this is going to be where the fight's going to happen today. The market's going to decide, are we long-term bullish or bearish through here? This is kind of the hardest part. all these support and resistances are kind of clustered together, and the confluence is flip-flopping. So like when in doubt, be a bull. That's kind of rule number one. Inside of here, I think what I'll be willing to do, maybe to get an early bet, is to bet that we don't have a catalyst, take a long off of that, stop right there, and then maybe attack it again if we break that. Because I get all of this really good long setup. Again, it might seem like I'm missing out a lot by not taking any of that, but I don't need this part of the trade. This is where the market's still asking itself, coin flip, bull or bear. It's still irrational in NASDAQ, and it's better in S&P, which is good. But remember, I took a little bit of that. I didn't need to take all of it. Now, the real question is, are we going to be liquid? There is a potential long off of NASDAQ here for like an hour-long run. This is looking very nice. Very nice, as a matter of fact. But again, I don't discount the idea that things can go crazy. Now, I do long off of DD band every single time. When we do test that in a second, that'll be a really solid trade to take. So I'll be willing to do 694 here to there. Tandem combination, that to bull zone. This is actually 70 points, 60 points of run with a modest stop here with some micros would be good. Now, training, I need to chase this every time. I could start building a position now, which I could start doing with micros. But I'm not. I want to wait for it to at least test. Let's get that test. It's picking up a lot of steam, which is good. Hit that test though. Hit that band test. BD ratio is doing pretty good on pocket. What's Rocket Suiter cost a month? 99 for the first month, and then 200 every month after. But there's a special to grandfather in. It's 159 every month after, and the price will never go up. So there's like a $40 discount permanently that we have for like the first X number of customers, and we'll cut that deal off completely. Okay, here's the DD band tap. DD band tap coming right up. Let's let it overshoot a little bit. Gonna play it right on the edge there. Let me grab something there. Just a couple micros just to have a little fun with it. Here, marking a little crazy. No desire to go full ham on this. One micro. I'm gonna let it tap. I'm gonna let it overshoot. I'm gonna hit it again. Bum, 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 bum. I'll stop right about 73. So there's the first attempt at the tap, testing the cat. Get above the DD band, which should be great. Let it overshoot. We're not taking it too heavy there. Let that guy overshoot a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. Again, just a couple micros, keeping it light. I'm going to bet that the market supports out. And that's it. Let it run. Give me some love there. Bum, 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 bum. Can hit it. I'd love to hit this mildly hard though. One of my Fund X has gone for 100K. Maybe I could hit that one hard-ish. Hard-ish. Get this off to the chart here. Not like really hard, but like hard-ish. We get that band looking good there. Don't break the band. Don't break my heart. A clean little pop there would be nice. Trading micros to bet that the band holds. DD ratio is 58. Typically that holds. We call it the every single time trade. I love it. Don't flush us out though. Very chaotic, right? Two micros, keeping it light, betting that the market's not catalyst today, and betting that we're back on the right side of this. Keeping micros, remember, nothing crazy. No reason to take extraordinary amount of risk here. It's struggling here. A little bit of selling pressure. This is the edge of the break point. So the S&P in a catalyst or not, we don't know. But man, if I can break into this, it'd be perfect. EST every single time. All right, perfect. I hit that with micros here. I did take the risk in one of my big fund and X accounts too, which is perfect. 5 contracts because I'm a fucking maniac. Close that out for profit. Again, it's fighting here. I'll hold on to the 2 micros though. Let me update my positional sheet. Just to grab that quick scalp that was worth 3,500 bucks in one account, which is good. Like I said, dude, waiting is where the money's at, not chasing every candle like a numbskull. That's my, I have my semi-fund and X accounts. I'm pushing to get a 100K payout strictly. Those accounts I make up to 10K a day per trade. I'll hit them pretty hard at the ESTs, yeah. But those accounts, 100,000 a buffer in those funded accounts. So in Fund and X, I'm trying to make a $100,000 payout just to say that I did. I can get a payout now if I wanted to. I took all kind of payouts the last couple months from them, but now I'm trying to aim, since I'm winning contests and stuff, now I want to show off and say I want to make Fund and X biggest payout they've ever had. So actually I got to go to like 120 or 150 now. It only takes a couple micros, man, to make a little bit of cash, you know, this kind of environment. Oh yeah, all I did was make that scalp of 93 to 20. That was like a 30-point scalp off of DD Bam, which is perfect. Now we're supporting the bear zone. EST 1 to 2, Cascade trade, close out, wait for bounce number 2 to 3 are the next 2 setups, and that's it. So I bet you guys, how many of y'all it's your first week to tune in? I'm just curious. Okay. I was trying micros for now, keeping it light, but I hit it hard in some of those accounts. I'll do this all day long too. All right, guys, you know the rule. First week. Neo Energy. Oh my god, you guys are a bunch of trolls. Red candles, shut up. Y'all are horrible. I lurk in your stream like months ago. Every once in a while. I'll be laying in bed. Candles freaking streaming in the middle of the night. You don't even pay attention to me either. I'm like, bro, nice trade. And you just like focus on the market. Like I'm not cool enough to say hi to. Hurts my feelings, bro. Thought we were chums. The first trade goes from bear zone to bull zone. So this is when I tell you guys 1-to-1 setups, this right here is a 1-to-1 setup. About 90% success rate under ideal conditions, and believe it or not, conditions are ideal. So from here to there works about 90% of the time. That's my bread and butter trade. Liquidity pockets, they're great. See how it's trying to push? Oh wait, where am I? Yeah, no, I know you get in the zone. It's funny because when I trade, IDOC is like, you never read my texts or you never read my comments, and I'm like, oh, baby, I'm in the zone. It reminds me, y'all remember that? Do you remember from like the original days of boomer memes? This is before Instagram was a thing. You used to get like, you know, the Numa guy and all that stuff. Do you guys remember from the boomer days? Jaeger bombs. You remember the guy? Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs. I drink that shit all the time. Jaeger bombs. And then the guy, you remember that video? He's walking into his apartment with like a whole pack, a 24 pack of waters. And the guy's like, hey, and he goes, now, chief, I'm in the zone. I say that all the time to people. Now, chief, I'm in the zone. Kevin, hey, what's up, Kevin? Been here forever with you since DTP days. Kevin and I, man, we go way back. We've hung out a bunch. We hung out in Austin at Matt's meetup like 3 or 4 years ago. Rabid Skunk said, been here since DDT, still trying to take the emotions out of trading, but still make the sweet moolah with Uncle Matt. Get away another boot camp. Appreciate that, dude. Let's do some giveaways real quick. I'll match your $20 donation. I'll put 60 to the thing. And let's give away a bunch of boot camps. If you've never taken our boot camp, guys, you're about to take it for free. 4 of you. So type in boot camp if you've never taken it before. We'll spin the wheel. And after that, we'll give away some of my fun and futures accounts in this month's BDH extravaganza. Not now, chief. I'm in the zone. Mama! Protein, Ma! Ma, where's the protein? The best part about boomer humor is like, we're never gonna think it's not funny, and we'll play that joke until we die. Boomer memes are best memes. Hey, you guys remember never gonna give you up? You guys remember that? Oh, it's so funny. People play that video. Actually, I still get a kick out of Rickrolls. That never gets old. Even in the nostalgic version of one, when people randomly drop one, you're like, holy shit, it still is immediately effective. All right, 4 people are gonna get free boot camps and spinning the wheel. It's struggling to find ground in this liquidity pocket. This is not normal. Normally, you'll pick up some ground quick, so we're gonna see what happens. Resilience is very positive on S&P and NASDAQ, which is good, which is also assisting the support at half cap. Dang. Okay, so we'll give away 8 boot camps because I want to appreciate the donation from Kev, and then Lunchable Connoisseur, pass it on. I also read Candles is the real one. Trades Asia, sleeps 4 hours and goes to work. Yeah, but he's hustling all night long, man. Good stuff. I'm gonna convince him to stream Rocket Scooter stuff because I know he loves our stuff. That'd be kind of dope, right? If he was gonna show off some Rocket Scooter stuff overnight. All right, BJ. All right, it's not moving right now. And again, I need to hold for the whole trade, but the fact it's consolidating and not moving, I'm going to go ahead and wuss out of it. I'm going to close this out because normally liquidity pockets pick up some steam and move. And I know I'm closing out early. There's no reason to. I should hold on and set my risk and reward, but I'm going to chill on this for a little bit. This is 5 minutes of it not progressing, and normally you're gonna want to see it move. And this is a subjective choice. Technically speaking, I should hold for the full reward for the full risk. Robert Trujillo. Fucking shit, man. Robert Trujillo's in chat. Bro, if you're the bass player of Metallica, let's fucking go. Unless it's just a common name. Tell me you're not like the, I mean, you probably are the Robert Trujillo, whatever it is you do, but are you like the bass player of Metallica? Bro, come on. Let's hear it. Is that you? It's a very common name, I'm sure. You get that all the time? When they auditioned for that role, they had so many people audition for it. They had Pepper Keenan from Corrosion Conformity audition for it. Oops, not that song. There's a lot of people they were auditioning for that bass job. It's picking up steam, so I did close out early, but that's okay. Ayush Trades FX. Type something in chat. You are the winner. It's a great documentary. Yeah, it actually was pretty cool. I really liked it. It was like making the band Metallica version. Yeah. Because Trujillo played for he was from Suicidal Tendencies before, and some other projects before Metallica. He's crazy, man. Like when you see him on stage, he's just like he like gets into it, dude. The way he plays the bass is just, he was probably the only person that was talented enough to fill fill that role. Showing the half gap for a few points. It feels a little heavy here. That's why I closed out. I don't really shorten a bull run, but it's not a bad idea. The problem I don't shorten a bull run is because when that volatility collapses, it can just pop like crazy. I tend to long at liquidity pocket. It is strong enough to support, but doesn't mean risk and reward can be applied everywhere. I personally wouldn't short, but it's probably a good scalp inside of here. Like I said, normally in a pocket, you're going to pick up a little more steam than this. That's why I closed out early. Micah-san, all right, a couple more. First time ever tune in, Jim Boosie. Need to go to boot camp. It's fun, yeah. We're like, we're a bunch of engineers that built a trading platform and a different trading style. It's a little different than what's out there. We've kind of rejected all the common norms of technical analysis, candle patterns and chart patterns and pictures and emojis, and we just trade off of pure volume pivots. That's it. We find them a bunch of clever ways using math. Apart from the theatrics on stream and on Twitter and the goofiness, seriousness takes a front center stage in the boot camp. Even like today's stream is normally what it's like in boot camp. It's all education. It's all focus. Our Discord is over 10,000 active members. Our platform has 100,000 user accounts. We're probably the biggest futures trading community there is. Y'all probably just never heard of us. We've been like the secret underground thing for a while. As far as like subscribers and paid community and stuff, we're pretty huge. We just kind of like inched along on YouTube until this year we kind of exploded. This is my 10th year on YouTube, by the way. So we've been here for a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Nesh. That was 6. There's 2 more of y'all to get boot camps free. Boot camp is $20 a month, by the way. My trading course package is designed to be the most substantial thing you guys will ever learn, I would say, in trading, and it's only $1 a class. There's no catch. Literally $1. It's inspired by a yoga studio that I go to sometimes that is free. You just pay whatever you want to pay. The business model is built on that. It's actually donation based, the whole studio, and it's in prime locations. They make money. You go and you pay whatever you think it's worth, and people will pay $10, $5, $20, sometimes 50. Pretty cool model. the value is that people will go to something if it's valuable and not as expensive as the competitors, but also you'll have loyalty there and people will actually compensate you fairly if you're crushing it. A lot of these people, they only paid $1 a class. That's why they donate boot camps to the future, because they got tremendous value and they see that and they want to give it to someone else. So most of our boot camps are given to strangers by strangers. It's incredible to build something. And like I said, I always tell the story. Somebody sent me a video of some weird truck driver looking dude with a mullet, okay, that had like a trading video or something. I don't know. It was like yelling and screaming, why aren't you guys selling this, man? I made you all affiliates, man. Like you could be making all kind of money. I don't understand why you're not selling this. I mean, like, why are we not the biggest thing out there? Well, like begging the customers or viewers to sell the product. It's quite embarrassing when a chef can't get the customers to recommend, like, oh, come on, guys, please leave a review. Like, you don't want to go out of your way to promote something because it doesn't work. It really, that's why. You're incentivizing the video was like so cringy. And they sent it to me and said, Matt, it's so crazy that this is what's out there, yet you have your customers buying it for strangers and you don't even ask. It was so weird that this is boot camp number 13. And I'll tell you guys something. Apart from weirdo with the mullet, boot camp number 13, we've given 238 seats away for free. Boot camp number 12, 234. Boot camp number 11, 162. As we get bigger and bigger, like 200 and something people are like, hey, stranger, they leave the restaurant. They're like, hey, person walking in, look, I'm going to buy your meal for you. They're like, you're walking in like, huh? Really? Yeah, man. Trust me. Go in there. I'm going to buy your dinner for you. And as like a chef, it's the most humbling. It makes me tear up a little bit to realize that I've made something that's that cool. That's what I like about it. So people donate to the stream, and we give the boot camp to a stranger. And again, 238 seats this time around. It's active right now. We've gone through 4 classes, and it's at market close. And as a giant sort of like fuck you to the industry, the Lance poop stains and whatever that sell $10,000 bogus mentorships, so you're not going to learn something. I'll tell you something. When somebody tells you they quit trading to sell a mentorship because they got burnt out, why would you learn from them? That's all I got to say. Why would you ever learn from them? So that you too can burn out in 5 years? Like, it makes no sense. If their style of trading burned them out, don't learn it. You too will follow the same path. It blows my mind that people are like, well, you know, they just couldn't handle trading. Well, they couldn't, right? Don't learn from people that burn out, because whatever they're going to teach you is what burned them out. It doesn't work. It burns you out. It's emotionally the wrong thing. So $10,000 for mentorship drives me crazy. So I was like, mine's $1. $1, because fuck you, everyone else. It's $1. Discord, free if you have the platform. You're not paid Discord. Signal service and Discord, no, I'd stream live for free. Like, a real trader doesn't need to nickel and dime everybody. The reason there is even a price tag on the bootcamp is that you take it seriously. If you pay $1, you're going to pay attention. If it's free, you'll show up to a class or two and leave. So you pay your $20 for the month, you're going to stay the whole session. Of course, the cost of a book. And then it pays for the employee salaries to run this stuff. What's up? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't have breakfast. I have a breakfast burrito. Yeah. Hey, dude. No, you don't. You got to get over here.
Yeah, I do, actually.
You need to get over here.
Okay. Eggs and toast?
And hug. Bigger hug. Better hug. How you doing?
Okay.
iDoc, everybody. This is the official, my best student in day trading. She's made more money than everybody else. You know why? Because she's never lost $1 trading, because she's never traded before.
No, we lose money all the time. I spend it all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I might have to cancel my whole day. I had to pivot.
Because of this?
Yeah, this morning I caught them doing something that they shouldn't have, so that part.
You got to supervise it, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it was a major thing. I was like, what the heck?
Okay.
Seriously?
All right. Thanks, babe. Appreciate it. Is that like how many? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that's 8. So the 8 of you guys that won the boot camp, here's how you're going to claim it. You're going to go to the Discord and description below. In that Discord, you're going to contact an admin named Slacks in the contest channel and we'll hook you up with that. Now let's get ready for some My Fun Futures accounts, boys. Now before y'all type My Fun Futures in, hold on, before y'all type anything. So I was letting you guys know, it was really humbling to me when somebody sent me that message and they go, Matt, you know, there's people out there that are like begging their customers, like, why can't you sell my product or whatever? And you have people that are basically buying it for strangers. And they said, that's how we know that you have something worth doing. And that was very humbling to me. And I really was just like, wow, it blew I never really comprehended how meaningful that was, but it means a lot to me that you guys really enjoy what it is we do here. Type in My Fun Futures. Can we give away 315 accounts this month? Tips and Ticks, my boy. Oh my God, donating 20 memberships of the stream. This is blowing my mind, guys. Y'all are incredible. But yeah, so we have the most substantial trading education, I believe, in existence. And it only is, and again, there's no like, you know, here's the, you know, pay $20 and then here's the rug pull, pay actually $1,000 for the rest. The whole thing is here. Every class is $1. It's 17 classes and we get through it in about a month, and we do the boot camp every 2 months. It's chock full of statistics, probabilities, everything that you want to know, including the difficult stuff. Like, it's provided. We have a lot of content. Here's a PDF with like the probabilities of things to show you that there's an actual probabilistic mechanism here. I trade off of edges, probabilities. We teach you liquidity maps, which is how I find my pivots. We teach you the probability of these pivots. This is all from backtest. We teach you confluence indicators like resilience, gap fill predictor. We teach you the DD bands, the risk interval, the thing I already showed you guys. How to project 3 months out using options in futures, which is kind of neat. And it's not hard at all. It's mostly just like, here's the line. This is what you do. All the setups and probabilities that go with it. We go through teaching you committed traders, how to identify bull or bear market. There's the bands. We talked about that today. How to read the alerts when market's falling apart and irrational, which we have today. On and on and on. How to adjust for the VIX, how to do pre-market setup, how to adjust for VVIX, volatility masterclass. We go through how to crush trader funding programs, how to identify catalysts, on and on and on and on. So whoever short scalped half gap, pretty good. And me feeling out this and cutting early was a great idea because it wasn't picking up a lot of steam, and I'm very happy that I did. Be careful because Cat is about to be active one more time. This kind of sucks. I can hate Callus days, man. It's a ton of useful information in the boot camp. Thank you. And our goal is that when you go through the boot camp, we teach you, I want you to go everywhere else out there where somebody's selling you something. And I want you to take a good hard look at what it is that you paid. And then just laugh and say, dude, Pips and Ticks bought 40 subs to the channel. You guys, incredible. Incredible. If you're sub to our channel, you get 2 entries into the giveaway, by the way. Each time you type your name. Thank you, by the way. All right. I'm going to have to get the gifts for the final songwriting submission contest that we had. Get those out to you guys this weekend. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Giveaway Bonanza. I decided to give away Pat Whelan's $10,000 to the community. My Fun Futures sold me a bunch of 50K scale accounts for 10,000 bucks. Divided by 200. What's that? $50 an account? What are they normally? Like 127? Oh, they gave me a good deal. So they gave me $50 an account. And My Fun Futures. Really nice. They gave me 115 more to make videos for them. So I give away 315 My Fun Futures accounts this month. The BDH Bonanza. Slack's about to earn his bonus. Oh yeah, Slack's now about to get some employees pretty soon. More employees working for him. We're getting too big. I remember back in the day, we used to get like, you know, 5 customers a week or something, you know, when we first launched the platform. Last Friday, we got 183 customers on Friday alone. Like it's like 100 a day now. It's crazy. Win a couple tournaments to put you on the map. Well, I'll tell you guys, we don't make Goober, type something. I tend to, like, in principle, the matter, think that it's more important that you guys go out there and crush it. Here's the thing. If you guys go out there and crush it, it makes us look better. I mean, there's a whole reason I like to give stuff away. I mean, what's $10,000 gonna do? I try to be quiet about where my money comes from and how much money I make, but $10,000, I don't even care. The marketing potential of $10,000 of the free accounts is incredible. You guys will do so much better with that money than I would. It'll just be part of some other investment. Gaily Jane. But to hundreds of you guys with free accounts, who knows who's going to get payouts out of that? You guys will get a return on that. So this year I'm going to start a new thing. Gaily Jen! Go type something. Are you guys not here today? Goober responded. Yeah, it'll pick it up. It's here. Am I going to outsource employment? Can we apply? Probably like do something in-house. I only like hiring trader. Here, I'm so weird about this. I talked to somebody last night about it. Somebody was like, you know, I'm a trader. I'm finishing up my degree in digital marketing and I don't have much experience. So it's really hard for me to like get a job, but I'm looking to get a lot of experience and whatever. And I was like, well, how would you like to audition for a job here? You know? And they were like, so you want me to send you a resume? I was like, don't send me a resume. I don't want to see a resume. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm very weird and different. I'm the kind of guy that would put up a billboard with a puzzle on it. If you can determine that it's a puzzle and solve the puzzle, and there's a phone number at the end of it and you call, I'm like, you win the interview sort of kind of thing. I like to find undiscovered talent, give someone their first opportunity. My beautiful wall that we built downstairs was somebody's first time ever doing it. I mean, I don't just hire any random person. I can judge pretty quickly if someone can do a job or not. And I want to trust that there is a lot of undiscovered genius out there. A resume doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care who you worked for. It doesn't mean you're going to be excelling at your job. I want somebody that can do the job. I want somebody that can tell me what the job's about and invent the job and make it better and lead it. I want a leader, and a leader will show me leadership qualities in the first conversation. Like I've been very good at finding people. Slacks. Oh my God. Slacks didn't apply for a job. I was like, do you want a job? He was like, I don't know if he's like, I can work hard and, you know, I don't know if I can do all the things you do. And I said, yes, you can. And fast forward 5 years, look, the guy runs the company. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I can tell when somebody's a superstar by the way they speak, by the way they present themselves, and by their ideas in a conversation. You can convince me that you're good at this. So my goal is this year is to build a community around Rocket Scooter, the people that like want to carry the torch. I can't be around forever, right? I'm going to try to be. But I mean, you know, the theories, the methods, you want to stream it, you want to teach it, you want to run a Discord and, you know, based on our principles, I want to encourage other people to do that. I'm not trying to gatekeep this as a profit-making means for myself. I think the strategies are very solid. And if other people want to build businesses out of it, I'm not looking for a cut. I'm not looking for anything. You're more than welcome to just take the torch and run, build off of it, like build off the fundamentals. Like, hey, this is Rocket Scooter, but then I made some other stuff on top of it. I wouldn't be like at all. Joe Clark, type something. You're the winner. I wouldn't be at all like looking for commission checks or payouts. People buy the platform, I guess, will make some money. But the point is that I want people to teach. I want people to carry, you know. And so if you guys are streamers, you run Discords, and you're like, want to do something different, I can set y'all up with free lifetime access and all that. And you guys can teach what I teach and continue letting the ball roll.
Saw it on the 5-minute heart skipped a beat. Formed a little hammer, looked kinda neat. No confirmation, no real bias, but I hit long. Now I'm red in the face. Storm was thin, tape was slow, but something inside said, bro, just go. 20 handles later, it dumped on.
Okay, we're back into the pocket. I can try this one more time now that we supported.
Welcome to Knife.
Looks a little bit better.
We buy the blood and praise you sure too late. All counts. Account liquidated. FOMO strong.
I'll try this one more account.
Been wrecked all month now, twice this week. So gather round and sing this song.
Maybe 2 more accounts. I'll put some minis on this one.
Until it's wrong.
Oh shit, this one needs to make some money. Actually, you know what?
Six-figure P&L.
Let me do a mini on this one. Things are settling out a little bit better. This account needs to make like 500 bucks.
Whispered lies were told me by the dip. Discord said
That's a terrible entry of mine, dude. I feel so bad because this is a shit entry.
I swear then came the
I wish the entry was so much better. What is this? 735?
stabbed again by the market's blade, another low.
Where's the damn Dom on this?
Support is fake. My will is thin, but this next
Fucking A, there it is.
gotta win.
My entry was garbage there, guys. How many is that?
Right. Welcome to Night.
Is that 5? Hold on.
Anonymous. Our dreams are bold. Our risk preposterous.
Wait, Goober?
The flow,
Wait a minute.
ignore the signs, then
1, 2, 3, 4,
we cross the line.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Red, my soul is too account.
Okay, so we got 4. One more. 5 total.
But we'll be back. We never learn. Catching knives till everything is gone.
Okay, so if I hit 66.72 on S&P, it's a trade. Number 2 is a big trade up.
And I caught.
72.92 is 2-to-1 setup, 20 points for S&P. The dip. I love Knife Catchers Anonymous. Okay, this one. Hold on. What I need to do. I had dreams of 6-figure P&L. Oh, this one needs to make actually like almost 1,000 there. Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's go. Another scalp. Pocket to pocket. Let's run it. Let me take profit on that one. That's 1,200 bucks there. That's 400 bucks there. Pocket to pocket. I just take the scalps. That's it. We hit the half gap. Close out there. All right, and let me get my... Again, I know it seems like I'm just sort of like... I know when it comes to like my trading, I'm in and out quick and I'm very solid. Okay, let me update the screeny shot there. Pretty good, 100% win rate today. Winning streak continues to take pocket to pocket trade. Now I'm gonna wait for the second setup there. That one was worth 1,200 bucks in that account. And now we're up 600 bucks in this account. So we're just rolling along. All trades on stream. Twitter told me buy the dip. Discord said volume's legit. I even saw divergence, bro. I swear. Till I heard the liquidation ping. Welcome to Knife Catchers Anonymous. We buy the blood and pray it's bottomish. Are you in? I'm in. You short, too late. Oh God, I got liquidated. FOMO strong, my hands are weak. Got wrecked all month and twice this week. This is by far the best trading song ever written. Would you guys agree? That song is pretty fucking fire. The musical of it is incredible. The song is so fire. Those are everybody's like so relatable, right? I appreciate the donations, Pips and Kev and all you guys that donated. That really means a lot. Thank you guys. The boot campers are gonna have really enjoy it. Direct all month. So this is a liquidity pocket. If you go to over here in Rocket Scooter, liquidity pocket is a bear zone top, bull zone bottom trade, high volume pivot, A+. Trade it with the normal if the ratio is greater than half and the ratio is 0.6. There to there was a scalp. The original one I did and bailed early. Then I jumped in again and took the trade and closed out. Quickie little 40 points in NASDAQ. Took that one. Now what we wait for is trade number 2. I need it to fully develop. Never, ever, ever do I chase the break on a bull zone break from below. I let it do its thing for however long as it takes. And then I let it bounce. And then I'll take the long. That's why it's drawn with these like dotted parabola there. That means wait. This is better than the AI song when I do it. Welcome to Knife Catchers Anonymous. I'm telling you, the musical is going to sell itself. You imagine like a bunch of bros, they're like snorting coke and they're singing this stuff. And like one of the guys getting like beaten in the alleyway of a bar. This is a musical. It's gonna be, there's a guy like, you know, shooting up heroin, dead in the alley, you know, like just like a normal Tuesday night for a bunch of Wall Street bros. And that's the theme song that ends the first act of the, imagine like Book of Mormon level insanity comedy that we would write a musical about Wall Street bros. Oh, it sells itself. And then like, you know, Wednesday is they're all at work. They all got ice packs on their heads. They're like, man, you know, they back to work on a Wednesday. Like crazy Tuesday. Yeah, he's like Johnson died last night. Wow, man. Fucking you DJs. You know what I mean? Like it's like complete DJ musical. Why have nobody written this thing? This thing is like a Tony Award winning idea. Think Lance can sing? I think that's all he can do. His song and dance, dodging our questions. Oh man, that guy deserves a Tony and an Oscar. I've never seen somebody dance so hard. That guy needs to open his own Fred Astaire, you know, dance franchise. Yeah, he's great at dancing around shit. He does so much tappery, makes Happy Gilmore look jealous. Hey, what's up? Here's somebody out there. Come on in. Woo! Hey, baby. What you got?
I'll trade you your burrito.
Actually, are you gonna eat it?
Yeah, I'll eat it.
Oh, okay.
Trade you. I know it's dry.
It's still good though.
It's done.
Thanks, man.
I still have to keep my 11:30 lunch. Just everything else.
I love Sir Darb's songs, man. This is catchy. Johnson died, got dibs on his office. You would have like you know, it's like the bros go out in Wall Street for like a night on the town. That's the song that's playing as they're dancing in the streets. And it's a great night at the start, but at the end of the night, it just completely devolves into like total DJ hour. Like yeah, Johnson, like there's a guy getting like his ass beat in an alleyway by some bouncers, you know, like the other scene is like there's a guy sitting at his doctor. The doctor's reading, he's got like hepatitis. Like there's like they party so hard, and that's the song. They're knife catchers anonymous. Whatever. We imagine this. We get a little bored sometimes on stream. All right, so every single time bear zone, bull zone. That was a good scalp. I could take it again. I take it very often. In a day like this though, with the volatility being so crazy, I'm gonna kind of chill and let it do its thing. I'm gonna let it overshoot and play around a little bit. Catalyst is still active, by the way. So in all honesty, I shouldn't be doing a lot of trading. If you enter the giveaway now, Mocha, you won't be. You have to redo it every time. helpful. I don't think you have to activate the TPTs that you win. Ask Slacks, he'll know the answer to that. How is VIX calculated? Is it possible to calculate from available data? Why would you ever need to calculate the VIX? It's certainly available. It's certainly able to be calculated, but why would you? It's so complex. Let me show you the equation. It's extremely complex. This is the equation, and each of these terms has its own page of how to calculate it. Like, here's how you calculate some of those terms. Here's how you calculate VIX. Examples of how to calculate VIX. It's fairly complex. Like, what would you be wanting to calculate it for? And you see how in this example, they're running, here's complete SPX options data used in a sample VIX index calculation. Here's the data. They take all that S&P data. Here's the calls, here's the puts. They put it all here and all the pricing, and they run it through the equations, the examples up. And then they tell you some of the terms here, and it's fairly complex. You can do it. But like, what are you trying to, like, the VIX is widely available. So you can go to that moonwalk, you can go to that extreme. Like if you're trying to create your own derivative of VIX or something, like change the time frame and stuff. Like instead of the 30-day window, you want to do VIX of like a 5-day window or a 10-day window or something, you could. For markets that don't have VIX. Oh, yeah. So like creating your own VIX, like you can create your own VIX of anything, right? A basket or a stock of something. So you want to create your own volatility type index for Tesla stock, right? Google VIX white paper, CBOE white paper, and that'll give you the framework of the calculation. It's still a little convoluted. There's not a lot, like it just says risk-free rate and doesn't tell you what it is. You'll have to further Google some of those terms, but that's a good starting point for the framework. And then keep like diving in that rabbit hole a little bit to pull out more information about how each individual term is calculated. And then you'll come up with each of the pieces. So essentially get the white paper, have a full grasp of like every piece of the equation. Some of them are pretty self-explanatory. Like on here, oh, where the hell is it? Like here, T, for instance, is time to expiration. That's easy to see. You know exactly the time to expiration. You have to scroll down here and see like what units they are. And T is calculated as such right here. And this tells you what units you'll need to make all of it match up. Like delta K sub I, this is delta K sub I, the interval between two strike prices. Half the difference between the strike on either side of KI, right? So that's easy to understand. R is risk-free rate. That's easier to understand. E is just E. T is time to expiration. Q is the midpoint of the bid-ask spread for each option with strike. So that's the halfway point between the buying and selling price. So you can literally build this in a spreadsheet. Not hard to do. But just make sure you whip out each term. So like the square of VIX is equal to 2 over T times the sum of each I, right? And each I is going to look at each option inside of the thing. So you're going to sum up all the options here to create this term. And then you're going to subtract this one term from the whole thing. F over K naught has to do with forward index level. That's kind of one of the harder ones to understand. It's not so straightforward here, but you can dive into forward index level and first strike below the index level. There's an example calculation in here of forward index level, which is here. How to calculate this entire term. And it gives you all the information for the example calc. So if you can follow this, it'll help you. If not, dive deeper into it. Yeah. Yeah, respect the hustle. But that's actually a cool idea. I didn't think about that. Creating a volatility index on anything you trade. Like if you can, like basically anything that has options. Now, volatility index for SPX options is good. Now, letting you know, VIX is designed because there's a term here. I know I'm going to bore some of you guys to death with some calculus. Y'all can eat it. All right. I'm going to teach y'all something against your will. I'm going to kidnap your brains because something is over T, right? T is time to expiration. And when time is nearing zero, like 0-day options, yeah, no math too bad, bro. You got to face it. if it's like a 0-day expiring option, anything divided by 0 is infinity. So as you're approaching expiration, if you're using 0 days, VIX spikes to infinity at the end of every day. So you can't have that, it'll break your calculation. So the way the VIX works is VIX doesn't use nearer term options. VIX for SPX actually uses a 30-day window. It's 30 days out, +7 and -7. So they actually look at options that expire 23 and 37 days inside of that window. That keeps the VIX moving enough so you can see the difference, but not so sensitive that the first, as the majority of like risk is held in like near term options, 0 days and 1 days out and stuff. For SPX, it's going to be weeklies, right? So, they don't include like the first 2 weeks in the calculation. So when you're creating your volatility index, make sure that you draw an adequate window it's a certain buffer away from 0. You don't want to use like with equity options that expire if you're doing like Nvidia VIX or something. You're not going to use the nearest Friday ever. You never are going to have 0 cross the plane of your calculation, because any algorithm that you do that divides by 0 will crash the account, right? Or crash the program. So make sure that you never have t equals 0. And also, you don't want your VIX to be so choppy on those 0 days because they are very volatile. To get a good view of the market, 30 days is SPX. 30 days would be good for any stock. You want to do a little faster, do a 14-day out, like, or 15-day out ±3 or something. Like you never hit the 0, but you get a little faster. But yeah, make sure your T is arranged properly, that you never divide by 0. My one hint for you. All you guys are still stuck around. Y'all are nerds and you didn't even know it. I knew it. The Legend of Mib. Whoa, T6. Okay, so one for the Broadway show, T6 made a Legend of Mib song. Yo, guys, if you ever want to know the Legend of Mib, you'll learn it today. Matt Kors will teach you math too. Very good at showing how to subtract accounts. Yeah, he's very good at dividing by 0. He has infinite blown accounts. That was an infinity joke. This is day 4 of not getting his lawyer's information. So TradeAvate's big announcement. I can't say anything, but they're announcing it tomorrow. I'll just explain something to you guys. I want everybody to participate in it. I'm not getting commission or anything. Whatever I'm talking about, I'm not getting a commission. So don't think I'm motivated by my commission sale or anything. But when the announcement comes out, it doesn't start on Wednesday. The announcement is Wednesday, but it starts fairly soon. Whatever they're gonna do or create or make, it's coming out soon. I'm just teasing the teaser. The teaser comes out Wednesday, tomorrow. But I want everybody here to check it out. That's all I can tell you. It's going to be probably one of the bigger things you've seen all year. I'm scaring the market when I get out, so does everyone else. He doesn't have a lawyer? Nah, he doesn't. These gurus bark, man. I never back down. Never give up. Never surrender. Never back down. I'll day trade one-on-one against anybody on planet Earth. I am not afraid. I'm going to trade that account anyways and have a competition against him, and he could be at 0 all month. As soon as that account, so that November 1st hits, I'm going to be trading that account. The 0-day options, can we not change the T to hours or minutes to derive the 0-day options? Well, even so, Ranesh, you can, but the instant the market closes at 5:15 or 4:15, when option market closes, T becomes 0. You wouldn't, but the thing is that you wouldn't want sensitivity. If you were to use, I promise, this is why there's a VIX, there's like a 5-day and 10-day VIX equation too. There's not just VIX, there's a couple of them out there. CBOE made a handful of them. But if you start to get like every single day, if you're using those 0 days, can I update the spreadsheet? What? With what? What are you talking about? Update the spreadsheet with contest? No, Andrew is instructed to get my attention. Oh, okay, I got you, dude. I got you. I'll do it. No, he just... So when you guys have to get my attention, no, Andrew knows the rules. You got to spam it in chat so I'll see it. Otherwise, I won't see it. So he knows. See how Andrew does it right? This is how you guys need to get my attention. All right? You want to get my attention, you do this. Andrew's been trained. Yeah, he gets a pass. No, Andrew's been trained. You need to get my attention like Matt's overlooking something. You need to do this. Cut and paste it 3 or 4 times. Type in at day trading with Matt because it turns orange. I will see that. That's how I get the message. So if you guys are like, hey, Matt, your thing is wrong, or hey, Matt, you got the wrong level, or hey, Matt, make sure you at day trading with Matt, and then I'll see it. Andrew knows what to do. That's how messages don't get overlooked. Because I don't see everything. All right. I like that for the Legend of Mib. That's hilarious. Okay. Legend of Mib is a catchphrase from one of our songs. It became like a meme here. That's a hilarious song, T6. I love it. Okay. Let me update the My Funded Futures thing. My bad. Hold on. Bro, I don't think everybody there is my funded. Most of those are boot camps, my sir. That's what it was. I think you gave everybody... Hold on, let me double check. Hold on. For today, VK and all these guys, Robert Trujillo. Okay, you got all those right. All right. DJ. That's all yesterday. Okay, Carl Arm. Okay, that's okay. Okay, good. You're good. So, wait a minute. Hold on. What's today? So this is it, right? Goober. These are the 5. Let me restart today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, these are the 5. Goober. My bad. So if you guys need to get my attention, you do exactly what Slacks did there. Yeah, tag me and I'll see it. All right, cool. Those are the 5. My bad, sir. Yeah, that's so Andrew is Slacks. Yeah, that's Slacks. So Ryan has to get my attention. Mike telling me to bring Pickle on the stream. Aren't you funny? Can we do Fun and X later? I'll do Fun and X giveaway later. How about the maps looking? Okay, let me get you guys. Hold on. Yeah, like if you have a genuine question, mods, don't ban people that are trying to spam a genuine question, because y'all are battling my ADHD, and I don't take Adderall anymore. So I'm kind of I require people to spam if y'all need my attention for something important. Monthly maps, we are right on the brink on S&P. 660 is that level on SPY. 660 is the bigger break point on SPY. And on NASDAQ, it's going to be 600. So 660 and 600. So let's convert that. So 660 SPY is at bear zone, and 600 is going to be so let me write this down, don't forget. So 600 and 660. For NASDAQ, 600 is roughly going to be about where that catalyst is, actually. So in NASDAQ, it's literally like, I'm just looking where 600 is, relative. It's about there. Without doing the actual conversion, I'm going to say that the greater, I'm going to say that that's probably it. This is the greater bull bear. Long term. Thank you for letting me. We definitely need to analyze this. I like this dude as like an intro song. This is pretty dope. This is like, it sounds like a TV show theme. I can't remember what theme song it's reminding me of. There's that. It reminds me of it has like a Breaking Bad sort of sound to it. That fuck you money. That's QQQ. I'm sorry, did I draw that on NASDAQ? Okay, the S&P, it's gonna be right at the bulls at this bear zone top. So the greater market on S&P is also here. Sons of Anarchy. That's what actually, yeah, you're right. That's what I'm hearing. That is right. That's pretty cool. That fuck you money. I love it. Okay. The greater long-term market is right here on the edge too. So this is the greater bear market edge right there, which is also what we're fighting to hold, which is kind of like, it's kind of clustered with the notes here, but let me put it to the left maybe. That way we can see that's where it actually, just color it like different. That's a cool song, man. Still Suck at Trading was the name of the person that wrote it. So bear zone monthly map is here by the catalyst. So it's kind of like, I'm going to put this up here. You guys know what I'm saying, right? Let me give me a bunch of spaces here. There we go. That's the lazy way to do it. Fuck you money. They're tearing up my backyard today. So EST bull zone support happening one more time. Am I wanting to make a trade in here? That was too hardcore for Waylon Jennings. Like a Fargo / Ozarks, yeah. It does have that Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy sort of. Wait. Hold on. It's not, hold on. That's not AI. Holy shit, hold on. I want to hear this again. This is by Brett Levick. I didn't even read the whole notes. This is not AI. Let's hear this again. Sir Darb, thanks for reminding me to read this. He wrote and recorded this song himself. So this is his song. I'm not going to, like, I don't own this. This is his song. So this is like the AI submissions or something people are giving us to the stream. This is his song, unless he's giving it to us, which should be fine. But this is actually sung and recorded by somebody. All right, let's hear it one more time. Dude. Wow, this is not AI. Can you just make this trade one more time? I'm gonna engage in this trade one more time. A few micros again. That song is really, really cool, man. Oh, is that minis? Oh, my bad. Oops. I love you guys. Thanks for letting me know. I meant to get in 1, 2 micros. That's. I'll keep the mini though. Whatever. I'll take the risk. I get distracted when I'm streaming. That song is very cool, man. That is 2 minis, isn't it? Stop loss on this. It'll be right here. We're on the other side, DD bands. I'll just close out. I need that money. Fuck you, money. Bro, if he lets me borrow that song, that's almost a theme song and a half right there. Give me that money, and then the fuck you money. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Run it, run it, run it, run it. Let's take it. All right, I hit that with 4 contracts and one of my fresh fund and next accounts. I need to make some money. There's a quickie, another 500, scalping that in and out. Oh my God, y'all see, this is the thing. People are like, he always shows up with profit. Does he ever make anything on stream? All the time. In and out. All right, study the before, study the after. One and done. I'll just build it up all day long. 100% win rate today, no losing trades. And now that one made almost 2,000 bucks on that one. Just scalping 4 minis. Again, these accounts have thousands of $100,000 of buffer. I can afford to play 5 to 10 minis on this, but there you go. That's it. When I don't start green. Yeah, there was no, I announced in Discord, no trades for me tonight. There was nothing. Again, 1-to-1 scalp all day long. Now we get trades set up. Bull zone breakout. What I do is I will wait. I will wait. Never chase, never chase, never chase. I will wait for this. This is the Arby's trade where I like to fuck around and make 10K. Oh yeah, pickles fur so soft. You other traders trade soft. Here's a blue chew. Hope the market flushes you, cause you do. Trade. This trade right here. I'm gonna wait. I call this Arby's. This is a nickname, people, because it's actually a combination trade. People started calling it the Arby's because it's a bull zone, bear zone, bull zone sandwich. You get a zone sandwich between the two. They call it the Arby's trade as a joke, because I hate Arby's, because Arby's just looks weird on its pictures. The jokes go way far back into me. Anyways, the Arby's trade, but it's called zone combination trade, or the sandwich, people call it. Support from here all the way to there. This is a bigger trade. It's a 2-to-1 setup. The DD ratio greater than half, confluence is there to support it, but I don't chase it on the break. I never take the chase on the break. I let it develop, and then I let it test, and then I buy on the test. Because a lot of times it just does this, right? That's why I don't chase on the break. God, you guys are getting a masterclass in day trading right now. See what I'm saying? Somebody's talking though. This is unusual volume. Let's see what's going on. Is Pal saying something? Greer and China are talking right now. Greer, US to China, Greer, it's a trade representative. Had staff level talks at Washington on Monday. You'll be able to work through it with China. Chinese realize they overstepped. China's rare earth measures are disproportionate. China's rare earth measures came out of nowhere. We have no constructive talks. We've had constructive talks with China over the last 6 months. Much pressure. J Powell 1220, thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. That was so perfect. Yeah. So I don't, dude, we need to clip that, right? So I don't chase the bull zone break. How crazy was that, right? That Arby's looks sus. Bro, I'm telling you. We have like 10,000 new faces in the chat. I can explain to you my beef with Arby's. No pun intended on this though. You ever order a sandwich from Arby's? I'm sure it doesn't look like this. It's very suspicious. It's very weird looking. If you go to Arby's and you like turn your head sideways like this, the way they fold that meat is a little, I don't know, like suggestive. It's like, are they trying to like intitulate people with the drawings here? For whatever it is, it looks like a skin flap sandwich, and I know it probably tastes delicious, but look, they fold these things, and I feel like Arby's adds hide little, you know, roast beef folds in there. So I made a joke on stream one time that I've never eaten it at Arby's, and I'm sure it tastes delicious because the freaking pictures look so sus. So then Arby's became like a running joke in this community. Meat, yeah, a beef curtain sandwich, you know what I'm saying? So are they trying to intitulate me with their sandwich photos? It's not gonna work, Arby's, okay? Leave. So anyways, I made that joke and I was like, you know, and I never eat at Applebee's either because the name creeps me out. Like is it an apple? Is it a bee? Like what? Like how does that spell out food you want to eat? Like Chili's? I love Chili's. Fridays? I love Friday. Applebee's? I don't really love either one of those things. And like, what is it? So like I never eat at Arby's because the pictures look weird. I don't eat at Applebee's because the name just gives me the ick. So I don't know. But anyways, jokes aside, Arby's became a running gag on the stream for many years, and people were like, Matt's gonna do really like 40 Arby's sandwiches, and that's really, it just came from one conversation I had one time, and these people don't let you forget anything I say. So I was like, isn't Arby's photos, first of all, you get the sandwich and it's like smushed. There's no way the thing is like 6 inches tall, like beautifully stacked folded meat. Okay, it's a lie. Is Powell talking? No, Greer is talking. He's the U.S. trade representative. He's talking about China right now. I live in Houston. Yeah, there's no reason to eat at chain restaurants. Oh, no, dude. Houston is like the new food capital of America. Like the restaurant industry. Houston is where every chef is like migrating to. The cheap land, whatever. It's like, this is a restaurant mecca, man. People like... We've got like 6 Michelin star restaurants last year alone. You know, it's like getting crazy. Yeah, no reason to touch the chain stuff. Although I do dig a Chick-fil-A every once in a while. And sometimes I'll get a Frosty at Wendy's because there's one by my house. iDoc loves McDonald's ice cream. But Fuddruckers sounds amazing. I ate a Fuddruckers for the first time in like 20 years the other day. iDoc and I were somewhere. And we drove by and we were like, yo, let's get Fuddruckers. Look, there it is. And we're like, okay. So we stopped by. Fuddruckers was surprisingly good, but I think it suffers from shrinkflation because the jalapeno cheese, or maybe just my senses are fucked up since COVID, because the cheese doesn't taste as like zesty and tangy as I remember as a kid. Like I remember that cheese was just so good. Like you can drink that stuff. It was very mild and sort of like low effort. So, yeah. So in Houston, somebody's asking, V8 Cajun is great in Houston. Oh, dude, you get the V8 Cajun crawfish everywhere you go. Okay, so we're at the Bull Zone testing one more time. My favorite Persian restaurant in Houston, there's a handful of them. But of all like the fancier ones, I'm a big fan of Rumi's. I really like Rumi's is good. It's a little overpriced. It's not like, you know, I'm sure like, you know, authentic Persian cuisine. It's more like, you know, like fancy because the area that's in, but it's really good. You know, it's not like that home style cuisine you want for a good affordable value where you take your family. That's where you go for like a bougie Persian influenced dinner. That's really good though. It's really good. Fadis is good. Yeah, I like Mediterranean. Feel like Fadis is really good. Rumi's is in the Galleria. It's in the old what's the name of the old restaurant that used to be there? Not Master. Is it Master Wraps? I think it's in the same building. It's on the corner in Post Oak, across the street. I think it's where Master Wraps used to be in Galleria. Can't remember but that's right by also. There's a whole bunch of restaurants right there. Remember the 59, 79, and 99 Taco Bell menu? Oh, hell yeah, dude, from like high school days. Okay, so it looks like we're breaking through, obviously, with the talks of like things kind of solidifying. Remember, never chase, always wait, let it test, and I might take the entry one more time. If I miss out and it goes through and I miss out because it goes through, it's totally fine. The appropriate trade here is the probability goes way up when you can confirm a bull zone support test. 100% US tariffs on China can come sooner, by the way. So am I from Calgary? I live in Houston, Texas, so I'm down here. But Tennessee is like the new fad. I'm hearing this. Tennessee is growing extremely like crazy. Even when I went there, it was good. Toca Madera is your favorite in Houston? Toca Madera is great. It's actually like, I used to live by there. When IDOC's mom and aunt came into town to visit, that's where we took them. Toca Madera. They had like fire dancers and a guy walking around with like an electric guitar, like shredding while you're eating. And the girls like juggling fire. The drinks there were pretty dope. And they had this one drink that I got, but they were like throwing cinnamon on it while it was on fire, and it was like sparking up while they were making it. It was pretty crazy. Brennan's in Houston is great. Anything the Brennan's family, there's a whole saga about the Brennan's family restaurants, but the Brennan's and Commander's Palace in New Orleans, and there's a Brennan's in New Orleans as well. It's all the same family. So if you guys like Commander's Palace or Brennan's, we got one here in Houston. Super good. Hell yeah. A little bit of news there on the China front. Let's wait. Again, if it passes all the way through and I miss out, which is totally fine. I never chase the first bull zone break on the pop. But this is news triggered, so I might actually miss it. I always wait. It's actually in the handout. And if I miss, it's okay, but it's always enticing to chase. I just never do. I wait. So we're going to wait. Waiting's better. Missing out is better than jumping in. More often than not, it will test almost every time. It's better to wait for the test, in my personal opinion. Here's the Arby's trade. If you guys want to see the handout on the meat flaps, here it is. People zone combination trade, aka the sandwich. Bear zone top, bull zone bottom. Exit out. Then I wait. Then I take. Then I run. You trade from bull zone to bull zone, all the way through bear zone, like it's not even there. So this leg is the same as that leg. So I'm waiting for the retest and I'll jump in on it. So we're at the greater long-term bear market support. This is where the cat line also is for NASDAQ. Remember, cat is still active, so anything can happen here. So the S&P, remember, I will wait and I will miss out. Although it looks enticing, I will always miss out on chasing that. To get the test. It's better to let it support here for a little bit, let the equilibrium develop here, and then buy the retest on the dip. We'd love to get a poker tournament with the community. There is a poker channel. That's in there, man. That'd be great. That'd be fun. Poker night. Yeah, Roomies is really good. Yeah, when I went to Roomies, that was I've been there like half a dozen times. Casper is great. I love Casper. Casper is really good. Mustafer is fantastic too. It's actually, Mustafer got a Michelin star. Mustafer, how you pronounce it. But Mustafer is not Persian. Mustafer is Indian, so it's like modern Indian fusion. You live dead center Texas? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Say H-Town is the most diverse large city in the US, over 145 languages spoken. Dude, you go to the Galleria in the mall and families walk by you, is never English. It's a different language. Each family that walks by you are speaking to their kids in some language, and it's like a different language every time. It literally feels like the definition of melting pot, more so than New York, dude. You're gonna find somebody from every country on planet Earth hanging out in the Galleria. Super diverse. So the cool thing is with the restaurant scene, you get everything. Like, you get everything out here. Oh. I'm waiting for drop back down the bull zone. Yeah, every time. I will always risk missing out on the up move. And if it happens, then I missed out on the move, then I missed out on the move. But I usually let it develop and then test, and then that's almost a sure trade every time. So essentially, if I miss out on that, whatever, if I jump in on this, most of the time it will test. So it's taking unusual drawdown. I'd rather miss out on that than to take that drawdown and then be upside down on the trade. So usually, if it does develop here, and it retests, almost every time that trade works. So that's why I wait for it, because it's almost like a surefire thing. Again, only certain thing in this universe is death and taxes, but probability is extremely high. The bull zone support stabilizes if you do break through like this. And if it keeps going, I miss out, then I miss out. The levels are determined by the Rockseater platform. They're gamma exposure levels. It's a huge, massive back-end infrastructure that calculates all of this. Better steakhouse than Mastro's. Georgia James, no, Georgia James is really bad. IDOC and I went there once and didn't like it. We went there again and hated it. The best steakhouse in Houston right now, it's either going to be Killen's and Pearland. It's probably my number 2 rank. You have to go all the way to Pearland to get it though. Killen's top tier. Everything Ronnie Killen makes is great. Killen's barbecue is one of the best Texas style barbecues in the state. But Prime 131, which is Benjamin Berg's kind of like concept, kind of like rough around the edges steakhouse, not fancy steakhouse, is amazing. Like, the steak there is just perfect. They have a live oak grill in the middle of the restaurant. And, you know, that's when you grill anything with oak, it's a specific taste and smell. Oak makes fish, everything's so good. And they have a fume hood under it so that it doesn't smell in the restaurant. But everything they bring out, they smoke in that grill, and it's fantastic. So I'll tell you, Prime 131's in the Heights, and it's like not a lot of people talk about it. It's like, because, you know, I'm a steak enthusiast, but dude, that's BB is the BB Butchers, all that stuff, that guy. You know, not Annabelle, what's it called? Annie, Cafe Annie, and Turner's and all that. Turner's Cut. It's the same family of restaurants. But yeah, Killen's Steakhouse is like the shit. I used to live in Pearland, and super good. But the barbecue is really good. But again, steakhouses are all dime a dozen, but that some of that oak grill at Prime is good. That in my opinion, that's his best restaurant of all the BB restaurants in Houston. If y'all haven't hit up Prime 131, you're gonna love it. Yeah, BB and BB Butchers and all that, not really the biggest fan. BB Lemon, but Prime and Turner's Cut are like his newer concepts. They're really like advancing their model. So it looks like I missed out on the trade. Totally fine, but that's the Arby's trade. I always wait for the retest. There's a handout for this trade. It's so good. Zone to zone, and you would close out here. Same thing. If I would if I was trading. But yeah. Agaz is the best Indian. Yeah, and it's Indian Pakistan fusion at Agaz. It's really good. Agaz is good. Himalaya is my favorite. I know that's a trendy answer, but Himalaya is just like when you walk into that place, you know, it's like they grind their own spices and like roast them in the restaurant. You walk in, it's just like it just smells that India sort of like spice, overwhelming smell that I love. Indian food is my favorite food, by the way. That's why I'm a big fan of it. Levels, bull and bear zones, are they set by you? It's an algorithm, right? This is all 100% automated. So the support, resistance, all of this stuff, the algorithm actually draws and puts the labels, everything. Most of it, yeah. Yeah, so the way you save your settings are, if you're saving your chart layouts, like how many charts, you need to save your settings here under save layout for here. Also, you need to save your platform settings here by save window layout, which will save like where your windows are. If you pop out windows, it'll save that. Certain drawings are not being saved because there's a bug. And then we decided, instead of fixing the bugs and saving your drawings locally, we've decided to save your stuff on the server side so that when you log up Rocket Scooter anywhere, your drawings will reload. And that's currently what we're working on now, Alec. But my developer on this part of the project has a death in the family, so he's been out for 3 days. Yeah, like that coriander, turmeric, cardamom, that smell. You walk in Himalaya, which is over in what we call like Little India or the Hillcroft area of Houston. It's fantastic, man. All the restaurants there are good. If you get like, there's a lot of buffets. They're like super cheap. It's like all you can eat for like $20, and you know, it's up. August is overrated. Yeah, like it's good. It's like real. And like I say, it's not great. It's definitely really good, but gets an overrated hype, and it's usually crowded too. There's a million great Indian restaurants in town. There's a whole, like in Houston, there's whole pockets of Houston that like you feel like you're walking to another country. A lot of Asia, just Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, India, Pakistan. You get all kind of little pockets of area. Just it's very cool just to like go around Houston and check it out. Next major update in the platform is finishing up the patch. The last patch with like some of these little glitches that we're seeing. There's like 4 other items they're still working on, which includes saving your drawings. The other thing is after this, the backtest. That's the next big project for the year, backtest. Are there some videos to help? Yeah, there's AI on the website that you can talk to. There's a guide whenever you sign up, walks you through it, and then Slacks will help you with any question you have. Will share a game about poker. So in our Discord, there's a poker channel for our members of our community. Y'all can do poker night. So if you go to like the fun stuff portion of the Discord, there'll be a poker channel. You have to be a member of Rocket Scooter though to see it, but it's there. What would be the next trade setup? The same setup, bear zone to bull zone. That is really, liquidity pocket is like the best setup we got. I'll tell you today, all day, you're going to have a pocket to pocket are some of the strongest setups we have. So when the Arby trade happens one time, I miss it. It's okay. But this is a setup. This is a setup. And then the same thing applies if we break to that. Anytime you break into bull zone from the bottom, I always wait for the test. I always do. This one just happened off of the tail end of news, so it didn't really like develop and test. It just kept going. I would say right now, let me be perfectly honest with you guys right now, I wouldn't do a single thing anymore for the rest of the day. I would not trade anymore, and I don't think I'm going to. We have retraced a lot of this off of things that are doing okay with China. I don't really feel like I'm missing out of generational wealth by not trading here. I really do realize that, oops, what the hell is going on here? I just lost my drawings there. Oh shit, that's gonna reset everything, isn't it? Oh fucking hell. Damn it. Oh well, I'm too lazy to draw them back. You guys know what we got there. Yeah, it just annoys me too. Oh, whatever. So from here, I would consider the trading day over. All this long this is enough juice to feel a pretty good trading day. Why is it not loading up? S&P, come on. My thing is like so delayed today. It's like sitting here with NASDAQ stuff, or what is this? 6409? Wait, what? Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Why was it focusing up here? That's weird. Now my data feeds are like that. There's some kind of bug going on here. What the hell? All right, let's see if we change the time frame. Maybe it'll reload the data. Okay. Weird, right? Okay, whatever. Well, 3 minute. Oh, 3 minute it is. Let's just leave it there. Okay, whatever. Oh my word. Okay, so it was 600 and 660. So for S&P, the greater zone was down here. NASDAQ, that's the greater zone right there. So we actually tapped that on NASDAQ. This is, if I remember correctly, from memory, the greater zone on NASDAQ was there, right? And S&P, it was down there. Now it's using multiple time frames. Now get him. Get a rope. Is it 54? Yeah, it was like way off the chart there. Like, we've already moved so much today. Like, I would feel like anything else is over trading. Like inside of here, it's going to chop around through these liquidity pockets. The market's deciding if it's bullish or bearish off this news. I honestly, I would take the bigger focus. There are scalps from here to here every time and here to here every time. Like inside of here, it's just, for me, I'm going to wait, right? You get confused with the resilience graph below and levels. Can you clear the memory as long as you have the time, the DD res up top? This is just up here for people to like look at the market very quickly, like to see it all in a glance. My original idea to have it at the top of the platform is that some of you guys like might be at work and like your boss might be watching you work, and you might just have like, you know, your actual work in front of the screen like that, and it looks pretty conspicuous, like you're not trading. That way people look over your shoulder, don't think that you're fucking around like a trading degenerate. So up here we put these numbers up there so you guys could get a quick gauge of the market. That way you're not staring at your phone or whatever and getting in trouble at work. My idea was to make it friendly for people in that sense, so you can get all your information in one gulp up there. This is the same number as down here, you know what I mean? Like I was like, well, if we have it up at the top, you can get away with like, oh shit, resilience is negative. Fuck, let me close my trade. Hey boss, I'm gonna go take a shit real quick. I'll be back. And you run there and you're like, get out of your trade sort of thing. How's Lance doing? Oh yeah, we should send him flowers. I heard he's getting eye surgery. You know, to fix his eyeballs. We should probably send him some flowers. How's he doing though? Oh no, I think the sex change operation went really well. You know, he finally decided to go all the way through it. He decided he wanted his body to match what his voice sounded like. He was confusing a lot of people, guys. Let me tell you. You know, I mean, with all the crying, you know, you would have. You know, believe it or not, they didn't have to give him a lot of estrogen, so he's got a P&L now. they carved out the inside of it and tucked it in. Yeah. Lance versus Chorus, who wins? Oh god, Lance is probably a decent trader at the end of all this. He just is bamboozling people with a tall tale that isn't true. I'm sure he's not terrible. I'm sure he's not the best trader in the world. You want my bet on Lance? He's a one-trick pony. levered up with a prop firm in 2015 or 16, whatever it was, in the middle of the Trump bull market. You always get these one-trick ponies pump out a good year or two, and they don't beat the market over the course of their lifetime. Any buffoon can choose long, the other one can choose short, and ride the wave and make a fortune in a screaming bull market that doesn't turn back. But you know, you hit that home run or grand slam every once in a while. You can't ride that wave for a decade like you mastered the markets. I believe he's a one-trick pony example. Maybe made 20 million from that hedge fund or that prop firm. They took half after taxes. He took 30 or 40% off the top. He probably walked away at 5 to 6 million net. And 10 years later, he's out of money, which that money can get spent pretty quick. It's not a lot of money when you're living on it. And he probably needs to make money now, which is why he's selling a course. Let's say he didn't make money back then, but I bet you anything, I'd be willing to bet money on it. That's the actual story. We pressed hard enough, the guy admitted he doesn't trade anymore. Well, it's understandable. If you were to make a bet, but you had 2 killer years and 8 not so good years, and he probably blew up all his money. And that's probably why he's still selling stuff now. So in all honesty, he might be an okay trader, but I don't think he's crushing the market. And I bet you that's exactly the story. But I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. I always tell people, you know, just ask people for proof. He didn't want to show it, so good to him. Hey, on the margin talk from earlier, isn't always set a day off? So margins are set every night the night before, and they apply to the next day. So CME Group sets margin requirements for clearing firms. Your margin requirement with your broker has to be at least the minimum that the clearing firm sets. So if your broker, if the margin is like $20,000 for NASDAQ and your broker charges you 500, how do they get away with that, right? Well, your broker is loaning you the additional $19,500 to put into the pot. So when the CME sets the margins that evening, they immediately apply at that Globex session until they change again. Yeah. Pro Plus will be $159 a month locked in reflex. Yes, sir. $40 off, grandfathered in for life. So that way all the earliest adopters of the platform, which as the earliest adopters, we've kind of left that sale on for a while. And that's kind of what it is. When the prices eventually go up, they'll go to 200. But if you lock it in, you guys won't get a price raise. The name of that trading rock and roll song? Which one? The one in chat? The one, the fuck you money? The one that I played earlier that the guy actually wrote and sung? Yeah, so the broker is loaning the rest of the money, which is why brokers liquidate you when you're about to blow up, which is why brokers call you when you need to deposit more money and stuff, because they're loaning you the additional capital. That's where your leverage comes from. So but you have to meet men clearing no matter what, because clearing to operate to transact any kind of trade on the exchange, you must meet clearing requirements, and that's regulated heavily by the exchange itself. Yeah, CME sets those limits. How long does it take the average trader to be able to get good at Rock Cedar? Well, the model's complex, and you have to understand Wall Street's very complex. Any model will be complex. The usability is not complex. You could learn everything here in probably a week or two. You can probably master the techniques in about a month. Trading is different. So don't let me say you'll be good at trading in a month. You could take 10 years to be good at trading, or ever at all. Just understanding the techniques. It's actually not hard to learn the stuff that we do. It's support or resistance. The guides are written on the chart. It's just trading on volume pivots. The micromanaging that you see me display is more of like expertise that will take a lifetime to carve out. But that's with any trading method. You're going to have to become an expert at whatever you do, right? My Fund and Futures, let's do one more giveaway, MFFU. But to get a grasp on what it is we're doing, it only takes a couple weeks. It's not hard at all. Because there's not a lot you have to really... There's a few basic concepts. Buy or sell at volume pivot. Set a stop. There's a stop philosophy. Adjust for volatility. Set a position size. And know your risk and reward. Know your probabilities and your odds. I only explain like how sophisticated it is, so that way people that come and join the stream know that it's actually got something substantial under the hood. Like there's so many people that are just like, check out my magic level, trust me, bro. And you're like, well, where'd it come from? Oh, you know, it's proprietary or whatever. I really take pride in what I do, and I try to explain it as much as I can so that you guys could see. Yeah, I think Victor did enter. I wasn't sure. I probably should see him type it a little bit more. The next lifetime sale is Black Friday, and will Schwab data feed connect to the platform? No, not yet. Man, I've been so bad at like posting my gains here. I forget to like post on social media when I make money. I forgot to put something up. You believe I haven't had a losing trading day in 6 weeks. This has been nuts. That's a whole lot of luck, man. It's been crazy. And I went in the middle of that. I won a trading competition. It's blowing my mind. Crazy. Just on Twitter. I forget to post this like every day. You know, I try to make sure I update with my P&L every day. I just have been forgetting to post. All right, my fun and futures, baby. We'll give away 5 more accounts. Type it in. We got 300 some of these giveaway this month. We're gonna have fun.
Matt's giving shit away. He's giving shit away. Free accounts. He's giving shit away. He's giving shit away. Free accounts. Yeah. Matt won the prize at the BDH. Now he's giving shit away.
Where you going?
Go to lunch. My new reps.
Oh. Ow. What was ow? Were you stabbing me with like these objects, man?
Okay.
System M. That was my ear.
Sorry.
I never realized. Oh my god. I never realized the ears have that many nerve endings till that thing poked it in the wrong spot.
Yeah, you have lots of hair.
I need to shave, really. I'm looking a little scraggly.
I like that. I like the Wolverine look. Be back. I think they should be good. This is coming.
Listen to the song. Oh, dude. Somebody wrote a song and recorded it and played it and everything. Did you hear the Fuck You Money song from earlier?
No. I haven't been on.
Okay, I don't want to take away from this amazing free shit song, but I want iDoc to hear. So he recorded this song. Oh, let me find it real quick.
Yeah, I have to go. I can't. Can I come back and listen to it?
You can.
Or can you play it here and I'll listen to it on your stream?
That's what I was gonna do.
I'm gonna drive.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys. Mwah.
Goober guy wins again. Wait, what? Dang. Bruh. So the bear zone, tap one more time. I would say today, let's be real. I'm going to let this play inside of this area. I'm not going to take these upper zones here. I'm going to let the market still sort of wobble around a lot. This could very well end up there by the end of the day. And I'm going to be very cautious. Trust me, I played enough of this Trump tariff stuff that I feel like squeezing any more juice out of this would be kind of too greedy. You said you don't like her? You don't like her? You love her. But love me? Oh, okay. I won't tell her you said that. Free as a beer. All right, I love it. Giving away free accounts. Alberto Escobar. Giving shit away, free accounts. What was I looking up? Oh. All right, Doc. I don't know if you're here, but I'm gonna play Fuck You Money one more time. I go to my Fun TV in a little bit, guys. Where was I over here thumbing through my... Oh, I forgot what I was even looking for. Found it. David Morales, next winner. One more. All right, 5 of you guys, congratulations. Here's what you have to do, winners. This is a great song, man. All right, the 5 of you, what you have to do is you need to go to my Discord. Link is in the description below. You need to go to the contest channel, message an admin named Slacks, take a screenshot of your YouTube ID, send it to him, let him know that you won the account. Have an account with My Funded Futures. Give him the email address that goes with that, and we'll get you guys your 20, 50, whatever, 50K scale accounts or 25K scale accounts, whatever the hell are we giving away? 50K scale accounts for you guys. Congrats to the winners. Link to the song, please. It's called Fuck You Money, and it's in the Discord. Fantastic. He wrote, recorded, and played this song and recorded himself. That's the link to it. Incredible. Got that money. Dude, I'm going to tell you, man, that song, we're going to make that song famous. That is a cool song. I don't know if he'll let me use it for the intro or something. I got to use it at some point. Or some kind of interlude. When we redesign the stream with all kind of extra cool stuff, we'll add something like that to it. What kind of strategies do you use? Make sure it's not ICT. Oh, no, you're in the right place, brother. Nobody here uses that. We invented a brand new technique that nobody does. We're completely different. Basically, we have a method to predict volume pivots. We use a bunch of clever methods. You go to the beginning of the stream, I detail one of them. But we have a bunch of really neat ways to find volume pivots using math. And then we just draw the volume pivots for you guys. And then there's confluence text on the chart that tells me support, resistance, whatever. As you see, everything right here is flagged as support and the confluence to go with it. And again, the bootcamp will train you on all of this, but in reality, if you're just like getting into what we're doing, just read the text on the screen. It's telling you what I'm going to be doing. So like all through here, support, 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 support. There is no resistance anywhere. So this market is just kind of like gracefully trading higher since open. Which means all of my pivots today, I can long off of these things as they dip. I've got some of my strongest trade is from here to here, here to here. These are all really strong setups. What I want to see is for like at the end of the day, I don't care what it does. Maybe at the end of the day, it's like down here and we end up like that. That'd be beautiful to have that sort of like second setup trade. I don't like to inch up on a dead cat bounce and like kind of chase this too long. I'm pretty much exhausted on my longs, but I'm going to wait just in case it dips down to here and then keep going. All right. Couple more announcements. Just let you guys know with our prop partners. If you guys are using prop codes, let me tell you, I try to do more giveaways here than just about anybody out there. We're giving away over 1,000 accounts this month. So have some fun for you guys. We have prop partners. So here's a couple of promos we got going on. Black Friday, $1,500 off lifetime will be coming out around Black Friday. We'll let you guys know. So that's a big deal, like the lifetime discount. $2,500 for the software, all in, no additional cost. Then you pay your data feeds or whatever. If you spend $1,000 per month or in a month using our code with any of our prop partners, there's a drawing for free lifetime at $1,000 spend. So an example is you had like a really bad month and you've kind of like burned through a bunch of accounts. We throw you into a drawing at the end of the month, last day of the month, and that drawing, you can win free lifetime. So it's kind of like if you're, you know, having a bad month, then you get like a, you know, a mercy prize, if you may. So those of you that are using our code, we can enter into giveaway every month for using our code. Right now, Tradeify is a 30% off discount, all their accounts. Tradeify has a huge thing they're announcing on Wednesday. I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm sworn to secrecy. Only 10 people in the world know about it outside of the company. And only a select few are going to get what it is they're doing. And we're one of the select few. I'll let you guys know more about that tomorrow when I can. TradeBait's doing something big. They've been teasing it. I'm teasing the teaser. I can't tell you what it is, but I'm going to tell you every one of you is going to want to do it. It's that cool. Buy funded futures. The scale comes with a free add-on that you can get $6,000 payout instead of $1,500 payout, which is 4 times the payout size now. Which is pretty amazing. ETF now has made 70% off of all non-fast track evals. That is the newest thing. Ends October the 31st. Candle Crush week is here. Oh, let me make sure I pick this up really quick. ETF and the marquee here. They did that 70% off. All non-fast track ETF accounts. If you enter, Candle Crush is an event they're doing. If you enter any purchase during the event, gets you a chance to win. 1 purchase, 1 entry. And you can enter in, I guess, as many times as you want, looks like. The idea is top 10 participants get a free first month of funded activation fee. So basically, you just enter the contest by buying an account and 10% win a prize. Next 10% get 25% off first month of activation fee. The event wins on Friday. They'll select random winners. All participants receive a message within 48 hours of the event. Essentially, 20% of people are going to get some kind of prize just for buying an account. Kind of cool. Funded Next right now is having a big discount, 15% off of the Rapids, 25% off on the Legacy. That is the fan favorite here, I would say, as far as the most used prop account. New customers only. So only new customers get the benefit from this. Everybody else gets 10% off, which is our special bonus, being their, their partner or whatever. But 15% off of the Rapids, 25% off Legacies if you're a new customer. You have to use the link in our description, and then the code is in that pinned message there. Other than that, take profits 40% off. Apex is 80% off, and Apex is about to be replaced by somebody new. So if you use, like I said, if you use our code and buy up to $1,000 worth of props in the course of the month, you can enter that drawing at the end of the month for a price. So for the platform, Black Friday deal is $2,500 for the buying the software outright. Normally it's $4,000 for life. So essentially you get the software, customer support, tech support on it, boot camp, training, new videos, new software, new indicators, new everything for one price forever. It's $4,000. And Black Friday it goes to $2,500 for the Black Friday discount. You tell me people are chasing the hole in the open today, bro? You FE 100%, man. That's why we had that rule, like no shorting below DD bands and all that stuff, man. This is such a stellar day. I could have continued to be taking these A+ setups, but for whatever reason, with the market moving like this, Catalyst was active. You know, it's just a scary sort of play to keep chasing the long, even though it can keep going. I'm pretty happy with making whatever it is in these funded accounts. That was not bad. What was it? 8K or something like that. C5, 73, 74, 84, 85. Yeah, so that's not actually, that's 9,000. So that's actually not a bad day for just, and you guys got every trade was done on stream. So I walked in today with zeros across the board and everything was green on stream, which is very nice. Market did exactly what I said it would do yesterday, where it came near the low on Friday and has now begun its rally back up. The W-shaped bottom, yeah. Single event catalyst drags the market down. Now, again, things are kind of hinging on what's going to happen with China. I wouldn't discount into the day selling today. I'm not going to be shorting this at all, but I'm going to be waiting on the sidelines for us to clip some of these pockets, like on return selling. So like if the market decides to sell off really heavily today and land there, I'll buy off of there and I'll buy off of there. My only trades to remain for the rest of the day are going to be scalp trades. If there's a dip, I'd love to grab this dip here and that dip there and nothing else in between. I'm going to kind of avoid the stuff I've already won on and let the market really make that bigger decision today. With that being said, bigger decision today, we got to close the stream down. Oh, I know you're sad. However, we're going to be live on MyFunded TV and MyFunded TV. We'll obviously be doing giveaways. We do that every single day. I am host the afternoon show on MyFunded TV called Lunch Money with Matt. You guys are all welcome to join in. Everybody pretty much piles over there. Jump in, give Tom some love. He's streaming right now. Here's the link. Y'all join in. Jump into that. And we'll see y'all in a little bit. Great day, 9,000 something profit. You guys got to watch it all on stream. Called out every trade beforehand, drew it all as I did it, gave you guys an explanation about what we do, and we're glad you joined our stream and learn a little bit about some day trading. I try to promise you guys education every day, and of course transparency on my trading. You get to watch it. Am I working on getting a Schwab data feed, Lena? We're not. No. It's on the wish list, but there's just not capacity to chase that down yet. We have other things we got to build first. I stream every day in the morning and the afternoon. I'll be back in an hour. But the link I'm posting right now, I'll be live here, so you guys can go over there. I trade every single day. That's right. Go this link. I'm going to be live there in about 3 minutes.